hello. Whoa, camera's over there. Okay, cool. Hello. Yeah, the connection is spotty, to say the least. So we're just gonna have to go forward as is. For those asking, or a lot of people were asking about Tuesday. That's what happened on Tuesday as well. It's
I got a message about that too.
It's the summer, so you know, kids are not in school, and it's the weekend, so our service over here sucks as it is. So that's what we're gonna blame it on. So hello and welcome to the Q&A of Aquarium. Sorry, I'm not usually on camera, okay? I'm usually off to the side somewhere, okay?
This is great. I'm like, go ahead. Your turn.
Because I'm having to monitor this, and you know, I'm trying to wait for it to get the notification of it on my phone, so I know that it's actually live, and also introducing things. So my brain is doing 3 things at once.
Right.
The Twitch experience via YouTube.
So, yes. But for those who haven't seen me, well, yes. Those who have only heard my voice, I am Jelly, the voice off to the side that low-key just be talking shit. Throwing out random opinions.
So Jelly don't want to speak herself up. This is Jelly.
Right, she ain't talking.
This is the director / producer / creator of this entire situation that you see in front of you now. Starting with her own obsession and willing discovery of K-pop. She drugged me, my homie Friday, and our mutual homie Ra into this little vortex of K-pop. And then after that, it just became something that we do. And then you guys forced us to get a Patreon. More people came in, and this is how it is. So this is Jelly, the brains of the operation. Boom. So you guys know who she is, you know what she does. You know what I'm saying?
It was just for fun.
We don't want you to,
right?
We don't want you guys to undervalue the lady here at all. Not at all, for sure. Oh, and an introduction in general. Welcome to the official Q&A for 2022. I'm pretty sure we'll have another one soon. We're gonna run down names. Jelly, as you know. Gumby, hello. Rashay.
Hey.
And Bella. If there are any questions out there, please don't forget to drop those where they're supposed to be. If you're in the chat, please say your hellos and highs. Throw your emojis, emoticons, smiley faces, whatever. Communicate with each other. Please have fun here today. We appreciate y'all for being around. Yeah, definitely. Cool shit. Actually, Jelly.
Yeah. So, but yeah, that's me. So I guess just like general introductions. Born in San Diego, California. I've just started saying that now. It used to be Long Beach, but I found out San Diego. I'm a Capricorn.
Oh, big cap.
Been writing since 6 years old. Been filming since 12. Yeah, trying to build some big things. So been laying a lot of foundation the past couple of years. A lot of exciting projects coming up in the next few weeks. So just stay tuned. But that is my passion: creating and writing and filming. Yep. And also, if you guys put any questions in the chat, outside of our live question thing. So today we're going to do like introductions, then we're going to do the questions that were sent to us beforehand in the post that I put online. And then we're going to have like an open question thing. If you guys ask any questions in the chat beforehand, I'll copy those down to ask those out loud if you do it outside of like the live question chat. But basically I'm going to just be keeping an eye on the chat for any questions that you guys come up with as we're going through our discussions. So thanks for joining us. But yep, so that's me, the creator, the executive.
Um, I was roped into this situation as the K-pop world in a YouTube sense, via Jelly, and I'm so appreciative of it. Let's see. Choreographer, BTS photographer, creative director of the Aquarium. I guess would be like top 3 titles, and then outside of that, actor, model, host, video gamer, all-around personality, whole lot of energy. And me in a nutshell. I really love these ladies. I want to say that for sure. Glad to be working with and be a part of this team. Very hardworking people, and they're all gonna, of course, tell about themselves and what they're doing. So that's beautiful. Let's see.
Where you from?
Where am I from? I am from originally New York, born Long Island, raised Queens, Rockaway, Brooklyn, all over. Moved to Virginia, and then like basically raised in Virginia, like late elementary, middle, high. So I would consider Virginia home, but like New York, like where I'm from. So when people ask, Virginia's the answer because that's where like my middle school, high school is. That's like your whole history, moved to LA, 2016. Been kicking it ever since. I like to see the world as a beautiful bunch of experiences that we all share with each other, opportunities to be not just better, but to be anything you desire, and to really enjoy this 3-dimensional physical plane space of time. But while we're here, we have to help each other. While we're here, we have to make a difference. While we're here, we have to make a way not just for ourselves, but for those coming after us. And so through the Aquarium, amongst other things, I really stand for the idea of connecting different cultures, and connecting different generations. So that's really like my big plan here with my life in the entertainment industry. I guess like in an artistic career, in a sense, if someone asks, what's your big idea? What are you trying to do? I want to connect cultures and generations. That's what I want to do. Boom, boom. So old to young, women to man to woman, they to she, whatever. Like I want to connect people. Say let's understand each other. Let's get to know each other. Let's cut out the parts that make us different because they're the things that divide us. Let's find out why we're different. Let's champion it. You know what I'm saying? So let's find out our history, whatever it needs to be. But there's a lot of information through connection, a lot of knowledge through connection, and I want to say artistically, that's what I stand for, and that's what I'm pushing for. So here, connecting us to the K-pop world and vice versa, and different cultures, where they stem from, where they come from, has been like a really big, awesome thing for me to do here with these people, and I am so glad to do it with these people. So you'll see more of us continuing forward. Thank you for being here. Love y'all. And that's me.
Hello. I'm Rashay. I am from Gastonia, North Carolina, which is like 10-15 minutes from Charlotte, North Carolina. Now you know where I'm from. Charlotte, I guess. But it's 2 different places. Trust me, it's 2 different places. Country as hell. Lived there most of my life. Went to college in North Carolina, went to Appalachian State. Have a BA in dance studies. So yes, I do dance as well. I just don't record myself or do things. But I do dance sometimes. I can get down here and there. Auntie Shay, Coach Shay, and Miss Mackey to the children. So it just depended on where they met me at. That's what they call me. But yeah.
Slight flex. These kids were like rich celebrity kids. Their parents are like notable celebrities, like Kelly Clarkson, notable celebrities. So yes, this is different on that side.
Oh yeah.
Different kids, different.
Yeah, they're my babies. I love babies. But yeah, that's it. That's it about me.
Hi. I'm Bella. That's me. I model and act. I'm also training to do stunts right now. Not to be a stunt person, but to be your next favorite action star. That's right. You're not gonna see my back. You're gonna see my face, my whole body. Right. I'm trying to be the next Mila Jovovich of this generation, because she was my hero of, you know, our generation. I want to be y'all's hero, the younger ones. I moved out here 8 years ago. Just passed my 8-year anniversary on the 3rd. So that was fucking awesome. Sorry for cursing. I'm originally from Boston. I've definitely always known I was going to be a performer of some sort. Because when I tell you, first of all, my parents were performers. Whether it was professional or passion, they were performers. From singing to acting to dancing, they did it all. And so I was engulfed in it, not in technicalities, like I couldn't tell you what notes are and stuff. Like I couldn't be like, that's an A flat. Nope, could not do that. But can I sing it the same? I probably could do that because I just do, I'm a mimic when it comes to singing. So, but I knew I was going to be a performer always. I was definitely the only person, at least in my vicinity, that felt that way as well. Because when I tell you, when I tried to get girl groups together, and I was the only one taking that shit seriously, oh my God, I was the choreographer. I set up the shows for the literally my street. I would set up a whole show for my street and have all the neighbors come watch us, and we'd be singing and dancing and like we do a whole thing. But nobody took it seriously from like elementary school to like the end of middle school. I went through like 5 different girl groups. Nobody wanted to take it seriously.
They
so
just couldn't hack it.
No, they couldn't handle the lifestyle, okay? You just couldn't make it.
Do we gotta go to practice?
So
I was in somebody practice.
So I've always known that was going to be a thing for me. Like, I've done so many things. I was an overachiever growing up for reasons that I shouldn't have been an overachiever for. But, like, yeah, exactly. I could draw. Like, I got my drawings in. Remember those highlight magazines? Mm-hmm. I got my drawings in those. I got awards for poetry contests. Like, I wrote short stories. Like, as a kid, I played house for a little too long. But that's when the acting came in, that's the acting, stuff like that. So, yeah, I've always known I was going to be on camera, and that's where I like to be. Even though most of the time, I'm only okay on camera, or like performing. But when it comes to like normal shit, I do not like the spotlight. I'm like, why do you gotta talk about me? I don't know. Don't bring me up. Like, But then, on camera, it's
and it's on.
Right, like, I love it. But yeah, y'all, as far as I can think of right now, that's me. Yeah, thank you for being here.
Come on, intros.
Alright, intros.
Woo! So...
let's go to Boston!
Hey, Miss T.
One day I'll bring the fam out there.
Shout out to the chat. Yeah, Janae and Miss T, we see y'all already.
Right.
Already.
Sorry, this is annoying. I'm done.
Can you put all chat instead of top chat?
I wanted to get all of it.
Just in case some like element of it, but still like funny stuff comes in. Live chat.
Oh, there we go.
Yeah.
Cool.
Guard your privacy.
Miss T, did you remember any of your old questions?
Who
the hell you think
I was
y'all are?
gonna start with this one. I These are the sent. These are gonna be like the sent questions that were
Okay.
sent to us. There weren't many that were like sent beforehand, so y'all suck, but it's all right. Cause like y'all can literally ask us anything. They'll go, I'm trying to find like a good question.
It's like being put on
It
the
doesn't
spot
have to
now.
be, I guess, but it doesn't have to be like a good question. It can be a dumb question. But so I'll start with the age-old awesome question. Miss T is not the only one to have asked us this. All right, Toronto.
Woo!
Miss T is not the only one to have asked us this. We've been asked this since we started this channel and back when we were doing it on the Jello Quake channel.
Send away.
Yes, send away. Again, any questions that are put into the chat before our open question thing, where we just go straight to the chat, I'll be keeping an eye out for questions in the chat the whole time. But first question, who the hell do we think we are? Who the hell do we think we are? Giving our opinions on these K-pop idols with seemingly no idea how anything works. How dare we? Who the hell do we think we are?
We are the people who also do the same shit that they do.
I think.
Right.
Right.
But you watch other people that don't do the shit that they do.
Right, you don't
But
know
they-
about the behind the scenes people, about all the people that go into it. You don't know about that.
I think I'm a human having a human experience, first of all.
That's
Let's
very
start-
fun.
Let's
Let's
start
go to
there.
the
Let's
back
start
to
there.
the basics.
Let's start there.
Right. So, like, so I'll just do just like a quick how this whole thing started because it was very serendipitous in the way that it happened. In 2019, around April, I was visiting my brother and we were just like sitting with friends, watching YouTube videos, listening to music, smoking, drinking, whatever. Rosie, my brother's then fiance, was like, oh, there's this group, like, cause they have always wanted to go to Coachella. She's like, oh, there was this group that, performed at Coachella. They blew everybody away, and they were so like in sync, and it was great. And it was a girl group, Blackpink, and I'm like, okay. She's like, I want you guys to listen to the song. I'm like, all right, whatever. So she plays the song, and it was Blackpink, "Kill This Love," and I was like, oh, okay. So this is K-pop. Cool. And I was like, I had a friend on Facebook who wouldn't shut the fuck up about like a BTS or something. I just remembered those letters, BTS. So she was like, oh, well, let's see what they have. So we Google BTS. And we were like, we're just going to pick the top video. And it was, at the time, it was Mic Drop, the Steve Aoki remix. So we watched the music video of that, and me and my friend Rachel, like at the end of it, look at each other and we're like, okay, but why is this blonde one attacking us? Like, what do we do to deserve such disrespect through the screen? And it was the recruiting king, Jimin. And then so we're like, okay, let's watch another one. So then we watched the second most watched video at the time, which was DNA. And I was like, so he's still blonde and he's still attacking us. What did we do to deserve this kind of treatment? So then we just kind of went on, yes, the disrespect was real. So then we went on and started listening to other music and on and so on and so forth. Then I got back home here in LA and I was like, let me look up some more of these BTS things. So I type in like BTS videos. The first thing that pops up is a reaction video. It was a reaction video by, I want to say it was Brie Life. A reaction, the competition. No, it was a reaction video by, I was like, so where do I learn their names right? And so I was like, oh, what's a reaction video? Is it just like me watching somebody watch something else? I was like, sure, let's try that out. And I watched it, and I was like, okay, that was interesting. And then I watched another reaction video. And so I was like, okay, this seems fun. so then I ended up running into Malik, like randomly. Like he was working at the W.
Oh yeah.
And I was having a meeting with somebody, and he was working at the place where I was having a meeting at, and he walked by, and I was like, wait, I know him, because we had worked as background on Love and Hip Hop Hollywood and a couple of other shows together. And we just kind of like, just like fell out of touch, as it happens in LA. And I was like, hey, I know you. And then he was like, oh, I remember you, the bar with the cards. Because he took my business cards and stuck them in all the bar menus. And so I was like, okay, I have an idea. Let's talk and, see about doing some stuff. And he was like, okay, cool. And then that's when... And then that's when I brought the idea of doing reaction videos, and I was like, do you know people who will just want to do this? And he was like, yeah, I might know some people. And then that's how we got Raw and Joey. And I sat him down in front of a TV for 16 hours?
No, not 16.
8, 9 hours.
Wait, not 16.
It was we watched 20 videos.
Yeah, it was mad. Our first session was hell of a long.
We watched 20 BTS videos. It was videos that, because by then I had already fallen into the hole. I picked 20 videos from the very first one with We Are Bulletproof Part 2 up until what was their most recent, which was Boy with Love, I believe. And just like different ones scattered in between. And I literally went and they sat them down and watched 20 videos back to back. And I was like, okay, let's do this again. Not as many videos, but let's do this again. And they were like, yeah, they were down for it. And then it just ended up becoming a thing. So, and it wasn't until I posted that first video where I was like, oh, these are famous people. I thought it was just a band, right? And I was like, oh, these are people. These are like famous people. Like, there's a lot of people who are, because it was just death threat. Who the fuck do you think you are? Who the hell do you think you are? You don't know anything. So disrespectful. You don't know what they've been through to get here.
When I tell you, for me, the reason why I laughed a bit earlier was because Ra and I, in the beginning, did not give a at all. Like, we did not care at all. We watched these videos and were like, who thought that the outfit was okay? That's trash. Like, we were not here. That's garbage. Like,
right. Like, they were making all the jokes.
Yo, and we were just joking left to right. I mean, of course, what we appreciated, we definitely made a point to appreciate. But when I tell you, it was all jokes and cackles. And the comments hated it so much, bro. Like, half of them were just like F you guys, you know what I'm saying? Like, you're effed up. And some of them were like, bro, I will slit your, like, throat in your sleep. The ground you walk on and da-da-da. I was just like,
yeah,
bro,
there was someone who was like,
happening?
my still favorite one was just like, I dream of your death every night.
Yo.
You guys.
You still come back and watch it? It was so funny.
It ain't an attack on you, it's an attack on them.
It was so funny, yo.
Right, well, I mean, back then, now we learned the difference, now we learned how little choice they have over what it is that they do. But it was, before, it wasn't like an attack on them, it would be like, trash,
Yo.
They can't dance, ooh, that voice cracked, like, oh my god, we were watching a live. It was like, I think the Mama 2019 Awards.
Oh, yeah.
And one of them, Jimin's voice cracked. Like, cracked.
Oh, bro.
When I tell you,
we cackled.
The cackle for a good 5 minutes. Joey was like, yo, play this at my funeral, and I'll come back to life laughing. Like, that's how bad it was. And then people in the comments were just like, you guys don't know anything. That's how Jimin's voice sounds. Y'all so dumb. Y'all don't know what crying sounds like. It was like, no, we know what vocal crying sounds like. We know his voice
when
crack.
it happens here.
Right.
When Whitney cracked, we laughed at her. When Beyonce cracked, we laughed at her. Like, they were upset. Yo, it was so funny though. They said, I was like, oh.
Right, because he was like,
Bring it back.
and they were like, that's how he sings. Like, they're like, no, we've heard his lies. We know he can hit that note, and we know that he'll add in crying as like a, you guys, I'm not lip syncing, this is my real voice. We get that. But in that moment, he fucked up. And it's okay. That makes him human. And we understood the fact that he was extremely hard on himself back then. So it's not like we were like laughing at him to hurt his feelings. It was just unexpected.
Weak again.
And
I appreciate you, Miss T, for riding all this time.
She been here.
right, Miss T been here since the very beginning.
I was mad, but you came back for more.
It is what all the haters who still be in our comments.
Yeah, and again, we've been developing and learning our etiquette as reactors because as Miss T says in the chat, his voice cracked, and for the next oh yeah, sex ad.
Woo! Coming up. Woo!
Tinder.
Woo!
Okay, how can I watch it?
If we take a shot every time like a set of sex ads come up, like how drunk will we get? How fast?
I don't feel like that fast.
Not cheaper
You pull it up.
than
Cool.
Tinder.
But yeah, because it's just like when something would happen, and it's mainly on me because this was the first time I was doing it as well. I had to learn pausing because I would just let them talk over everything. If they would like talk about something in the video, I would just let it play.
True.
I had to learn how to like pause to allow the moment to pass, and then to start it back up again. You know, so that was something that I had to learn. And in the Jelliquake chat, I was fighting everybody. You need to pause. You need to stop watching my shit. And it's just like, if you don't like it, stop watching. You know, just
I'm weak.
hella defensive. Not gonna. I've been here since the Jelliquake channel, and boy, when I tell you, I was mad at y'all, but in the end, stuck with y'all. And now we're here. So
thank
right,
you,
thank you, thank you.
See, you can't get this.
But at the same time, I will say thank you guys for like explaining, like you guys educated us so we could be better.
Facts.
Like you guys really took the time, like no, this is not what it is, or this is what it is. You know, can y'all pause so we can hear what we want to hear what you guys have to say and stuff like that. So I do appreciate that, you know, you actually educated and not just like, I hate you guys, shut up, get out of here. Like, you know,
Right.
I really appreciate that.
Like it's a lot better than being like, oh, this reaction sucks. Okay, how?
Right.
How? And I would go to the question, how does it suck? Oh, what you said was so disrespectful. What did we say that was disrespectful? So we know how to address it like later. And a lot of people either most people wouldn't respond, or they wouldn't have an answer. And one thing that I do appreciate YouTube for doing is taking away the number of dislikes that were on a video, because we would get dislikes on videos and comments about how the video sucked from people who didn't watch the video. And I would catch them like fronting in the comments where they'd be like, oh man, you guys are so disrespectful for saying what you said. And I'm like, well, what did we say? They're like, some people would own up and be like, oh, well, you know, we didn't watch the video, but all the other comments said you were disrespectful. And I'm like, oh, okay, so you let other people think for you?
Dear sheeple.
And I'm like, so you don't know what we said that was disrespectful. And I'm like, do me a favor, watch the video and see if you still feel the same way after, and not be in your feelings about like a favorite or something like that. And most of the time they would be like, you know what, there was nothing that you said, it was just an opinion, and it was just an opinion that someone didn't like. We don't care who your fave is. I have faves. I get defensive when they say some stuff like that, but I just know because that's my fave. But they're allowed to have opinions about it. I'm not going to jump down their throats for having an opinion that's different than mine.
You know.
So anybody who's like stuck through our ability to change and grow and develop and become better, I thank you, because we want to be a real authentic channel, because you know that there are a bunch of reaction channels out there that react to everything the same way. And one song and another song sometimes don't deserve the same reaction. I remember the boy slander y'all went through when y'all were acting Cecilia. Right, like, and so I like.
I love it. To this day, I stand. I stand.
Right, and it's just like a lot of people, and I get.
Cheers.
I get these bands go through, we all do, we get these bands go through trials and hardships to even get past the trainee stage, and then when they debut it just gets worse, it gets harder, we get it, but that doesn't absolve them from being able to be criticized.
Do we want to continue with the who do y'all think y'all are?
Yeah.
Or how do we know? Like,
Yeah,
because we.
Fair enough. Yeah, because I'm sorry. I just get on. But yeah, so that was for that. Oh yeah. So who the hell do we think we are? You said humans. You guys did you guys answer that?
I don't know.
I mean, I think it was answered in my opinion.
Right.
But,
Basically, we're all in the entertainment industry. We're all in the entertainment industry. As choreographers, dancers, performers, all of that. So everything that they do, it may not be the same because we're in a different culture, but we get it.
We know what it takes to put things together. We know the amount of people. We know the amount of hours, the amount of like ups and downs. We, even though we're not in the Korean entertainment industry, we are in the American entertainment industry, the American art industry. Like, we understand it from our point, which is why when we give our own opinions, it's not based off Korean culture, it's based off of American culture. So understand that if we don't know something, it's because we're only speaking on what we know. And that's all you can do when you are giving an opinion. It's based off of your experience and your knowledge from life. That's it. So yes, that's who we know we are, not think, because we do. We are.
So the next question, Nada from Tangier, Morocco,
Yes,
says, so when are we gonna get something inspired by K-pop music videos and music, like the photo shoot that Bella said she was preparing for, or a dance to Why Not, or anything else you want? Also, why don't you try shooting a photo shoot inspired by K-pop with all of you participating and not just Bella, and record the whole process of making it from A to Z and post it here on YouTube?
Sounds like a job. Sounds like a project.
And we have to do one?
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah, they don't necessarily know about
Right.
it.
I haven't talked about it out loud at all, but there is a project that we are doing. There is a project that we're doing that is inspired by, I feel like I don't want to say anything.
No.
You know what I mean?
No.
Okay.
By coming an artist.
Right,
Right.
so just know, coming soon.
Yeah, we're doing a project.
We're doing a project that is a K-pop, inspired by K-pop artists.
This month.
This month.
Boom.
We're filming it this month.
We're filming it this next weekend.
Right.
Right. So it will be soon. It will be out before the summer. I'm hoping that you guys like it, but we do plan on doing more of that if this goes well. As far as photo shoot wise, I mean, we could. How did your photo shoot go?
Which one? The one the other day?
No, the one that was
Inspired?
Yeah.
It was awesome.
Malik
Gumby
yeah.
was BTS.
Oh, I didn't know you were doing BTS.
Yeah, yes, he did BTS for the
Oh.
shoot. That was fucking awesome.
Wait, haven't you posted?
No, because it's not. It's being published in a magazine, so I'm not allowed to post it until the magazine comes out.
That's cool.
So that's why it hasn't been posted yet. For anybody who does follow me on Instagram, that's why you haven't seen it yet, because I'm not allowed to until the magazine gets published. So yes, it's in a magazine. I'm excited because that was an extra thing. So what I wanted to do in general, why I started doing this. So background story. When I see things or hear music that inspires me, I create visuals in my head immediately. Like I could be watching a whole music video, but other things are happening in my head. So I like to either recreate what's happening in my head or do something else inspired by that. So there are music videos that I've listened to. For example, I'll tell you what this photo shoot was based off of. It was based off of Bambi by Baekhyun. That video was so exciting for me. and I immediately was like, I could do a photo shoot just like this, or like makeup inspired by the effects, but wear the same kind of clothing, you know, stuff like that. And I was like, okay, so if I do photo shoots based off of the music videos that we watch on our YouTube channel, I could also like use BTS or those pictures to also promote that we've watched the music video and did a reaction to it, so then people can also go to our YouTube and start watching our shit. I was like, how can I make this one thing work for everything? That's how I like to do things. That's how I live my life. When I make a decision, I make it based off of who it affects. And if it affects more than one person, awesome. That's the decision I'm going to go for. If it, you know, sometimes it don't affect some people, good. But it's okay, majority rules. If it affects more people, well, you going to have to be the collateral. Like, I'm sorry. But yeah, so that was one. I do have another one that I'm going to do very soon. I'm still working it out, but I'm also going to do a photo shoot. It's a beauty editorial, and it's going to be inspired by the music video Honey by Lay. So look out for that one, hopefully coming soon. That also might be in a magazine. Listen, I got a goal of 4 publications this year. I already have 2. So, yeah. So yeah, that's where that came from, and you will be definitely seeing a lot of that for sure.
But I definitely like the idea of doing like group shoots.
Yeah.
You know, that'd be cool.
Heck yeah.
We can hold on to that and take that idea.
So
Yes, absolutely.
from CB Tomorrow, I'm interested to know more about your dance project. To anyone who dances, what has been your most memorable performance, whether it be working with a famous celebrity project or a simple contest?
Okay. Dance stuff. My yeah. So what was I guess the greatest, most memorable project, and there was another one.
What was your most memorable project?
And they just gave like examples.
Yeah, it was just like
okay.
so generally, what has been your most memorable performance, whether it's working with a celebrity or
cool.
it could be something as big as that or as simple as like a contest. What's been your most memorable performance?
Got you. That is super tough.
I'm not a dancer, so I can't answer that.
You want me to go first?
Please.
He has a lot.
I've done some amazing things.
My favorite project was working with this guy named Rev, the servant. He's a crumper and a b-boy, and he's an all-encompassing dancer. He can do everything. And I love him so much because he does stuff for the kids, and he teaches to kids as well. You know, make sure they off the street and stuff like that. So he's a beautiful person, and he had asked me to, you know, to be in his stuff, and I've been in stuff before, but he was like, okay, so my main person is not doing it anymore. You want to be the main person? And I was like,
Let's go.
Okay. And yeah, so I was like the main person, and it was like this. It was like a Christian, like hard rock song. Like people probably didn't even know, but it was like he had contemporary in it and crump in it, and so I was doing mostly contemporary. A lot of people didn't even know it was me on stage. But people didn't know it was me. He was like, oh, what you doing here? I was like, oh, I just performed. He was like, wait, that was you on stage just now? What the fuck? I was like, yeah, that was me, because, you know, I change my hair all the time. I think I think that's when I had my dreads.
Yeah.
Or I had like twists. I had twists in my hair, but yeah, that was like my favorite. That was like one of my favorite shows, because it was like in it, like the basis was I was fighting these demons and I had to like get rid of them. And also it was fun because I was getting slid around, flung over. It was so much fun. Like Rev had me on the shoulder and ran across the desk when I was like, I was little. Like I was like 110 pounds really. So they was sliding me around the floor, picking me up. Yeah, it was so much fun. I think it's on YouTube. Yeah,
Hit her up in the DMs.
It's on YouTube, but yeah, it was so much fun. I just remember like just being slung around everywhere. And I was like, ah!
That's funny.
It was great. I was getting attacked, and so yeah, it was fun.
Do you have one yet? No.
I would say I'm not a
I
dancer, but I remember.
Because I have a few, to be honest. I'm just like, I'm trying to whittle it down to one. So I'm not
By technicality, I have been a professional dancer because I've been paid to dance back up for people. But I have not put in the same work as these two amazing people in the dance world have. So I do not like to really consider myself as a dancer. But I do have a dance story. So back in 2016, I think. Yeah, 2016. I had started dancing, taking classes, started meeting people. This is when I met Infinity. And this guy Infinity had asked me if I wanted to like get booked for a dance gig, and I was like, I don't know. Like, I don't know if I'm good enough for that or anything. He was like, no, you can dance. Like, you're good with choreo. You know, I've seen you, whatever. I'm like, okay, cool. So whatever. I got booked to dance back up for this girl, Destiny, who I recently reunited with, which is fucking awesome. I was told that this was just like a showcase, which happens a lot in the dance community, like, Jete and Carnival and Friday Night Raw and stuff like that. They do a lot of showcases, you know, where people get to show their art, like their choreography, you know, put it out there for all the dance community to see. So I thought it was a showcase. So I didn't think, you know, it was really that serious. So on the day of the performance, we went there before the event started, so we were straight in the, you know, went straight to the dressing room, got our makeup done, hair done, outfits together, yada, 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 this and that. I'm like, oh, this is so nice. Like, I'm getting treated so well. This is so cool, you know? Get on stage. Did not realize how many people were going to be there. Woo! That was the first time I've ever performed, like, in front of a crowd on a stage. Because, like, Friday Night Raw, that's on the floor. And it's in front of 12 people. Like, this was at the Saban Theater. So it was a big crowd. It was a big crowd. So we get on stage. So I literally had 5 seconds to pull myself together and remember everything. So it was like, oh, fuck, okay. So I did it. I might have missed one step, I think. Well, I don't think I missed it. I think I just went in like a different direction, but I put myself back into where I was supposed to be, because you're supposed to fucking do that when you mess up. You're supposed to pretend you didn't mess up and keep it going. Got off, right? Got off the stage. Me and my friend at the time, Aubrey, who was the other girl, there was 4 backup dancers behind Destiny, who's the performer. We're like, oh, let's go to the red carpet because we heard there's a red carpet, you know, whatever. We go, we come out to where the audience is, out from the side, and all we hear is, and the award for Best Director goes to, we were like, we just danced at an award show? Wow. What? What? How do you tell me this is a showcase and it's an award show? There's cameras there. Also, the red carpet is real? So we go to the red carpet and we get interviewed by like 3 different people. Oh, it's like all this shit. Beautiful. And we're like, I feel like I need to go to the bathroom. We both needed to go to the bathroom because we were like, I don't know if my body can take this right now. Like, I think I need to go to the bathroom.
Y'all didn't tell us.
They did not tell us shit. So that was pretty fucking cool. And like one of my interviews is actually, it's on like Hollywood something, Hollywood TV, Hollywood movie or whatever. It's on YouTube. I actually did another interview with that person like a year later, because he wanted kind of an update, and he, you know, still had my contact information. And he was like, would you like to, you know, be interviewed, you know, for the people that like watch my stuff and, you know, are fans of yours? I was like, fans of mine? Okay, like, sure. So that's my dance performance that was like super memorable and very scary for like 5 seconds, because that's all I could have. You know, you're not allowed very much time to pull yourself together. So yeah, that was fun.
Whittle it down?
Yeah. So there've been a lot of really good dance performances in my life, I'm not gonna front. Or a lot of like just moments including dance, because that's my passion. But I want to say one of the most influential, enjoyable, and memorable dance moments was being the lead role in The Dragonfly. That was an amazing experience. So choreographer, now friend of mine, Freedom, had an idea to basically throw a dance show that served as like a theater/dance show interactive experience. We were in a really big, like one space room, kind of. That's not like a gym, but like a really big dance studio in a sense. They split the studio into like quads.
Yeah, 4 quadrants.
And then they had 2 walkways, one going this way vertical, and one going horizontal. Yeah, so you had you had 2 walkways.
All that goddamn tape I had to go get, And
then we what's it called? And then we had the audience sit in these quads, and the idea was basically to tell a story that was similar to Tron, where the main character and his and my younger brother, we got trapped within the game. Then there was some like family ties, issues, whatever, some realities and revelations. But ultimately, the idea was to basically get out of the game. And the game itself, like I guess, wanted to like keep the younger brother. And then there ended up
one of you had to stay.
Yeah.
That was the thing. It was like one of y'all can go, but one of y'all got to stay up here.
Right. And there ended up even being at the time, Stranger Things was a new situation because it was 2017. So we ended up having like an 11 type character, someone who was like mystical, overpowered, but necessary for the entire process. So it was like, honestly, it was a great story. And just the experience for me to be able to be out and like just wholeheartedly trusted by someone who does not know me. Like, cause I was new to LA. I've been in LA for like less than a year. But for someone who just does not know me, it was like, I'm just gonna give you this shot, and like I'm just gonna let you do it. Like, main character, pull up, do what you do. Like, what I need is your energy. Like, he's like, I need character, I need energy, I need animation. Not knowing that that's literally my personality. So I was like, oh, so you're just asking me to just go out there and
be animated as fuck.
And he was like, you don't take, do you take like acting classes? I was like, no, at all. And he was just like, oh, okay, well, whatever you've been doing, like, I need that. He's like, but just like, on 10, on 20. And I was just like, oh, okay, I got to say less. And so the show was a hit. But for me, not just like, obviously being the centerpiece, I guess, in a sense, being able to influence and watch the children around who got to like watch the show. To see knowing the state of the dance community at the time and seeing the adults and the other dancers to be like, oh, like, yo, like what did we just watch? Like, it was real dancers, and then like to explain that like it wasn't really choreographed, because again that's the way Freedom does things. It doesn't really choreograph. Like, he gives you a direction, an idea, and the rest you put together. So it's like, I need you, like, in this scene, you've just been betrayed, and you have to get from here to here by the time the song ends, and I need you to, like, just make sure, like, when you're doing that, I need you to be bigger than yourself. That's all he'll give you. And he gives you and then gives you a 6-minute song, and goes, go. And so
you gotta figure it out.
And you gotta figure it out. And then by the end of that 6-minute song, crowds in tears. People like,
oh, they
like me at your last performance.
Yeah, it's just nasty. So like that, like in that space, I got an opportunity to, one, see what it felt like to be trusted by someone who does not know me artistically or personally, but 2, to be able to allow myself to, again, like, do what I know what is within me, and to watch the results. I was just like, oh, I'm so glad I came to LA in this time, because if I can do this over and over again, I'll do it. I'll continue doing it.
And that was our first big performance, because the other one was like in a small, like an actual store space.
And
that was my first directing.
Shout outs to the studio that we did it at. If you guys know anything about K-pop, it was at Movement Lifestyle. And this is when literally Movement Lifestyle had just opened up, maybe like a month, 2 months before. Like, it was fresh.
God.
We were the first. We were like, no, it was a few months. Wasn't it?
No, they was there for like a year.
No, they're like their new building.
The one in NoHo?
Yeah.
I swear they had shifted. Well, anyway, they had shifted over, and we when they shifted into their new space, I know that Freedom was like their first major performance they had.
So like maybe
it might be the major performance.
Maybe their new space.
Yeah, because I know they switched from the old space to the new space, but maybe they did like I don't know, they were doing something, but I know like they were like
we were the only like people to like have a show there.
Right.
But it was already there.
Like they just classes.
They were still doing construction, because even the thing upstairs wasn't like a lot of it was still under construction.
No one went, but they was doing classes like when I came in. That was 2015.
No, like he's talking about like that location. It was probably like their new location.
No, I was here in 2015 and that location was there. That's what I'm saying.
I felt the location was there, but they were doing some kind of construction, because every time we came, like, it was always under construction. If that makes sense. So
maybe they were
like expanding or something.
Yeah.
And maybe they bought like the place next to it and it was like, let's get rid of this one.
So I'm thinking about the building now, and I'm like, they kept expanding and stuff.
Because if you are in K-pop, I don't know about any, but that is where JK was sent when he trained to dance. When Bang PD said you dance with no emotion, he sent him to movement, and he came back with what he does now.
What's his name that created movement? He's what?
Shauna Aristo?
Yeah.
I don't know. Is he Korean? I don't know.
I know he's like Asian, correct?
Oh,
Yeah. Well, I don't know.
I just know a lot.
I really don't know. I really don't know.
So, mine is a quick story. I did a talent show in the 4th grade. And I did a move wrong. Everybody was going to the right, and I went to the left. And I panicked. And then so when we were all going back, then I started going the right way. And then I was like, oh, no, I messed up. And then people were like, oh, you messed up? I thought we were supposed to focus on you, so I just watched you for the rest of the performance. I thought you were the leader. And I was like, no, I didn't even want to be in the front. I was in the back originally, right? Well, first, originally, I was supposed to be in, because there were 2 big ones. One of them was the song, Baby, Everything's Alright.
Yeah.
It was that song. And then there was another one where it was doing Destiny's Child's Charlie's Angels, because the movie had just came out. I was going to be in the Charlie's Angels thing, right? But then there was this girl named Kayla who liked to rub in people's faces that her dad was...
Kayla, you watching this?
That her dad was white and rich because she was mixed. And she would get dropped off at the fucking middle school in a black limo like we care. I will happily take my rollerblades and bike. Anyway, her mom got her my part, which was the Beyonce of that one, right? So she did that, whatever. So I got put in the one with like the group of 20 kids. So, and I was like, you know what? That's all right. I'm going to be in the back. So I'm in the back while we're doing choreography, and they're like, who's that back there? Come, you good, come in the front. I'm like, I don't want to be in the front anymore. So they put me in the front, right in the corner, and, Kayla didn't like that. She made herself my enemy for some reason. I don't know. That's people do.
Children.
And then she hated the fact that, like, our group got a bigger applause than hers did, with her little Charlie. And yeah. Anyway, it was great for me because I'm just like, yeah. Even out of 20 kids, I can stand out. Anyway, but that's my one dance performance that I've ever done. All the other performances I've did have been like on stage and like theater. Anyway, so next question. Music is what?
Oh, we gotta like.
I was looking at the time, but you do your thing.
Yeah. That's why I was like, okay. Music is life says, now that you have been learning and listening to a variety of Korean music and entertainment for over 2 years, almost 3, has there ever been moments in your personal or professional lives when you gave an interesting fact or knowledge about the different artist or industry to another individual? And did that person express appreciation for the knowledge, or did they think that you were strange to even know about it?
Yes, for sure.
Wait, what? Are you answering?
Yeah.
You was like, yes, for sure, and I'm like, to what?
So, I myself, in the last year, I want to say, within the year, I find myself having conversations about K-pop and, telling people what it is, where it's from, how I got into it, so on and so forth. Actually, I can say notably so, on the first cruise I went on in March, on the way to Mexico, having conversations with people about K-pop. And I want to say it started with, I guess, me just being a dancer and being on that cruise. I ended up dancing, and then that just became like, oh, you're a dancer. So from then, people who I guess appreciated for the art form were like, where you learn to dance, what are your styles, blah blah blah. And then the conversations led into like, what's modern now, what's hip now, and then K-pop. And then I was just, and so that conversation, instead of it being just about like the hot groups or the really good music, it was about the fact that K-pop, a lot of the energy is derived from 90s, 80s, 90s boy bands, R&B, and pop music from U.S. culture. And so explaining that to people who didn't understand that, and they were like, oh, this makes so much sense. And so like going through like the Teddy Riley situation and going through old producers, going through like, Gen 1 K-pop, Gen 2 K-pop, things of that nature, to like explain these things to these people, I'm just like, well shit, like I've been watching this so much, I know shit.
Exactly.
But at the same time, it's great to be able to like say it, because again, like I said, for me as an artist, we got to in the beginning, my aim as an artist too is to be able to do just this and connect different cultures and different generations. So if we're on a cruise and although dance may be the connection, now we're talking K-pop, and now we're talking about how the dance comes from here and that's derived from this. So ultimately, these rhythms and these things, it becomes its own language. So yes, I have had that moment, and I'm proud to say that I know more than I thought I did.
So was it weird?
I don't think it was weird. It was received very well. The person wasn't weirded out. Honestly, I thought it was a pleasant experience. Yeah, definitely. And I hope moving forward that even if the information wasn't retained, at least the energy was. So when they find themselves around K-pop in the future, there'll be more of an appreciation and awareness for what to look for, rather than just like it's Korean boy band music.
I have the same thing. I explain this a lot because I was like, oh yeah, I have to film on Saturdays. They were like, what you do? I was like, I film like the K-pop reactions. I was like, oh, like that new group BTS. I was like, yeah, we were listening to them before they got popping over here. So yes, let me explain. And so I explained and I let them know like what we do, and then like explain like how like you should go listen to K-pop, K-R&B, and K-hip-hop. Like, just go listen to it. I have songs here.
Right.
I'm in the soft rock now. Hold on, this is what we listening to. Now let me Google it right there. Click. Girl is lit. Like, so it's fun now knowing, and since BTS and basically has been the face for K-pop, people actually know about it now because they've been in like the news and stuff like that, which is cool for like the Korean culture. So now when we say it, it's not like, what's K-pop? I can say K-pop, and everybody like, oh, like that new group that came and
Right.
and I'm like, yeah, but it's a lot more. It's not just them, sis. I need you to go look. It's a plethora, and they look great. So yeah.
Yeah, for me, it's mostly been talking about their, wow, I'm blanking on English right now. Their dedication and like the fact that this is 24/7 for them. Like, I don't recall, I mean, correct me if I'm wrong, other than like making the band and like all that shit.
Right.
There's no boot camp situation over here to become an artist. And Korean entertainment, the music at least, I mean, I heard that there's also boot camps for actors too. Like there's a whole thing, like they have to do all the acting classes, all the learning, all this stuff. And I found that out through, I had agent meetings in May because I was looking for an agent. And one of the agencies, I don't want to just assume he's Korean, but he is Asian. And we were talking about, I forget what we were talking about, how it got there, but we were talking about like Korean dramas and stuff like that, and he was telling me about like the actors there and how like they learn as children. That's why Korean children, the Korean actors' children, they can fucking act. And it's because they go through boot camps too. They go through their own actor seminars, whatever. And so that's why they're really good. And then like his co-person, because they're both agents. I had a meeting with both of them, and he was just like, oh wow, like I didn't know anything. I was like, oh yeah, you think that's something? You should look up the Korean artists, like what their management companies put them through. Not to say that they're like putting them through, but it's boot camp shit. Like that's literally what they have to go through. And I'm telling all these artists, all the other creatives in my life, I'm telling them about this, and I'm like, that's why I will put my money on a Korean entertainer before I put my money on American entertainer. Because Korean entertainers can follow through. They can handle it because they've gone through shit.
Right.
Shit. So that's always my conversation with people, and people will have like a different type of perspective on the Korean entertainers because they'll just be like, oh, I just thought they were like pretty and whatever, they get training. Nah, bitch, they get boot camp military training.
They start at 12,
right?
10.
They get taken away from their families, and they do this. They actually are the definition of living, breathing, bleeding loving this shit. And I will always have the utmost respect for Korean entertainers. And I will always give other people, Americans, I will always let them know, y'all need to look at these people. That's how you become
Yo,
an entertainer.
Slack. This is how I explain
Nothing.
it. I'd be like, they concerts be like Beyonce times 10, times 20, quit playing with them.
Right.
Beyonce, she got me there,
Exactly.
like, what is this? We need more.
Yes.
No, like, big facts though, like, they shit
Right.
is popping.
Right.
Like,
Their
they don't
concerts, lit.
They don't even need to
Literally.
be having like verses like we have here. Oh, it's been 10, 20 years since you performed. Do you still got it? They
Hell,
still got it.
fuck
Because
right.
it be 10, 20 years later and they still performing. Rain is still hitting it like he was doing it way back when.
Fucking what? 2 p.m. Like,
Right.
still killing it. Shining.
They'll just come back.
killing it.
Right, they'll just come back. They'll never stop. They'll just come back and be like, oh, I've been training. These 6-pack abs have been here since I was 10.
Right.
And here I am, 50. Now I got extra packs.
Yeah.
It's their OGs who are coming together to make new boy groups.
Right.
No, for real.
So good.
Still being in it.
Different on that side.
Right.
Anyway, okay, so next one, Kanix Hitori official from Rochester, New York.
Hey.
For those who dance, when did you become interested in dancing and what made you want to continue with it? Any tips for a beginner like myself?
Oh,
what's
yeah.
up?
And you
Starting
are
your dance journey?
Yeah,
You
it's
are
actually
in New
good.
York. First of all, go take any type of class.
Yeah, you're
Right.
You're in the Mecca.
I have a friend out there, his name is Valentine. Take his class if he has any classes, Valentine Norton.
Candace Brown. What's my?
Is it? Is
Luan.
Fifi's out here, right?
She's in
What is his
Oh,
name?
Fifi Burgos.
He go by
Yeah,
80s
but
baby.
The guy.
Yeah.
He goes by 80s baby on Instagram.
But Valentine be up in New
Well,
York.
just look up 80s babies on Instagram.
Yeah, look at 80s baby on Instagram. But yes, you can go take classes whenever. See, the thing where me and you probably had like I don't know. Well, I know for me, we didn't have like classes like in LA. Like you can go any time of the day and go take a class whenever. So you can go work and then go take a class. You had to sign up for a studio and then have money for that. Like I started and then stopped. So it was like ballet, tap, and jazz, bitch, because no one was like really teaching hip hop, and and it was white, teaching hip hop, and they didn't even know what they was teaching. They was just picking the music and dancing to it. So, since you are in New York with hip hop, created, you have all like the things like you really need to like do your research and find those classes that you can go take classes for. I started dancing when I was like 4 or 5 in front of the TV. My mom danced.
Yes.
I would hear all the stories about my mom popping and locking and my dad break dancing. They would win competitions. I heard all of the BS, all of that. I'm sorry, it's not BS. My mom was the shit.
You better correct
my mom was the shit. Let me
yourself.
stop. Also, even when I was in tap, my grandma had tap shoes. We would tap dance together.
That's good. That's beautiful.
In her house, like everybody could like dance. My uncle, he could dance. He grew up. I mean, my uncle was gay. He was a whole queen, But we in the South, so everybody was kind of look past it. But nigga, I know. I saw pictures. You were living your best life, bitch. So he could dance, and he was actually one of our choreographers one time for when I was a cheerleader.
Oh, yes.
And we danced to. In a minute, around again. 100% pure love. Like, and that was our big thing. And I remember he put us in a big ass circle. And I remember, So dancing was a thing when I was growing up. So I'm in it. Most of the cousins we all took ballet, tap, jazz, whatever. Dance in the church, dance and cheer. Like so. When I got older and started for myself, we went to, we had Kodachrome. R.I.P.
Oh.
How come I started back up?
No, I'm not being over that. That was way too much. I would have to go back home. I'm not doing that.
Oh, rich. I like it all the time. I just had the time.
Yeah, no, I don't have time for that. They were stressing me. Anyway, but you're in New York. Look up classes. Go to class when you can. Budget because classes are not free. Or there because you're younger. Be like, hey, can I what's it called? Shadow. No, when they be having extra spots. What's it called?
Guest.
Yes, can I guess your class? We're like, hey, I don't have money like that. Can I guess your class? And sometimes they usually have 1 or 2 guests for free in their class. Ask if you can guess the class. Ask if you can shadow. So yeah.
Yeah, I agree with. Well, first of all, you're in New York. Let's start with the fact that you're on the East Coast. You're in New York. You're whether you know or not, you're in the mecca of a lot of cultures, a lot of dance styles, a lot of genres of music. So while you're there, I would say first and foremost, reach out to your community. And if you're not in a neighborhood that's very lively, find your way to. I wish I wouldn't like say the Bronx or like I wouldn't say certain places because you know it could be dangerous. But find your way to certain events. Find your way to certain studios. Find your way to certain places and connect with certain people because New York is huge. Millions of people live there. So I would say get connected to your communal space first. Once you can get connected to that, you'll be able to talk to people hand in hand. You'll be able to like walk up to them and be like, so how did you get into this dance style? Or what does this mean for you culturally? Or why do you do it? That's one thing. 2, don't be afraid to use your resources, like the internet, like a library, like I said, YouTube, like other than local people, the person at the street, or if you heard there's a song by someone that's bumping down the street, use your Shazam to get that song. Like really immerse yourself in music, and immerse yourself in choreography, immerse yourself in dance.
Keep going, but I found the dance center.
Gotcha.
With everybody, all the choreographers that I was saying out loud, I found the actual place.
Gotcha. What else? Wasn't there another question? Am I tripping?
No, it was just it. Like, when did you become interested and what made you continue with it?
Okay. Let's see. I was in the video games. I was in going outside. Then, got it. So when I moved to Virginia, right before moving to Virginia, around the time I moved to Virginia, I already had like an affinity for dance. My mom was a dancer back in the day. My dad's a drummer, so that's kind of like it's in you, one way or another. They're both really helped into the physicality of just good health is in me. I thank God for that. But coming down to Virginia and getting a taste of Baltimore club music and DMV music and Beat Your Feet music is what really got me into a space of like, oh snap, like dance. Because I've always been like a fan of hip hop, being from New York, like you kind of like
you in it, you just in it.
And if you're not, it's like it's really by choice. So yeah, so like I'm already a fan of hip hop, already a fan of jazz. My dad being a drummer musician, I'm already a fan of actual like music. I played saxophone as a kid, so on and so forth. And then so getting into hip hop. Was a thing for me, getting into like Baltimore club music because it was like, saying just the fast pace of it, like just how, and then not knowing that it's like a form of house music, so that was an introduction to house music for me in a sense, was a huge thing for me. Then there was one of my neighbors who used to battle, he used to dance, and he was nasty with it, like even by today's standards, nasty with it. I did not understand how someone's body can do the same thing, different things, when we all have the same body. Like, how can you move your body like this? How can you shift your body to do this if we have the same limbs? How are you doing that? So for me, it was just like a fascination. Like, what? I can do that? And so it's just like a matter of just like getting into it. And then once something, I don't know, something unlocked in me, it just like one day it made sense. I was like going for it, and then it was just like, oh. After that, gone. Like never stop dancing. Just continue to dance. It's become a part of my expression, become a part of my love. It's become a part of me. And I will say at some point in my life, dance has really pulled me through in the sense of like not being able to express myself, not knowing how to express myself just as any child or teen would, knowing how to dance and knowing how to put your body into dance became its own form of expression. Because even if I don't know how to heal, or I don't know how to deal with my trauma, I know there's something in me, and so I'm mad. And so when I dance, I know how to be more aggressive in my dance. You know what I'm saying? And I know how to do it in a way where I'm not going to throw my shoulder out of socket because I actually enjoy doing this. So I'm going to make sure I don't hurt myself. But I'm going to make sure that I give the energy and the aggression that I need to give because I'm angry. You know what I'm saying? So for me, it was its own form of catharsis, its own way for me to express myself moving forward. So that's why I started. That's how I continued, and that's the advice I have for you in trying to stay connected to dance.
And it's called Broadway Dance Center. So
yes.
on Instagram it's BDC NYC. Please go look them up. They have classes all day.
And
Okay?
they're in the chat and saying that they're gonna try to do it. Rochester's the worst
Yes.
city in New York State to find
Aw.
stuff to do.
Well, hopefully you'll come across something.
But now there's some
Yeah.
resources for
I
you.
would also check on like, I don't know if you're on Facebook. I don't know how old you are because it seems like Facebook is more of an adult thing. But when I tell you I've been able to find a lot of resources on Facebook in their community groups, find a dance community on Facebook if you are of age and are able to be on Facebook. I know Facebook can seem boring, but let it be your resource, okay? Find dance communities in your areas or close to you, and you might find people that you can train with outside of having to spend money, that you can be friends with and learn from, or you guys can learn from each other, and they, learn about your body and how you move. I know that I didn't, like I said before, I didn't put as much work in as these two have, but for me it started out as, watching my parents because they were both, okay, I mean, but you can be on Facebook though. You are of age to be on Facebook, so you can go looking for that and see what you can find. You may even find like a teacher, somebody who wants to take you under their wing. Mine was my parents, so I learned from them, and then being on YouTube because a bitch was broke. My family was broke, so we could not pay for classes as much as I wanted to do a lot of things, and I wanted to do a lot of things. We did not have the money for it. So YouTube was my friend for a long time. And then when I came out here, I started going to Millennium because that was the place to go at the time until it became too popular. And then I found Debbie Reynolds, and that became my home. For a good 2 years, I was taking classes there. So, yeah, but it's a very short-lived, I do want to go back to classes, but after, working on my acting shit, I'll go back to that.
So, quick question, you guys mind pushing 15?
Oh, I don't mind. No, this is fine.
We can push more than that.
Yeah, I'm
I was like, I don't know. And they got questions in there.
Yeah, I'm like,
because the question.
I'm fine with doing the whatever.
If y'all want to push for another hour,
I don't know if it'll take another hour, but at least
however
until,
long it takes.
Yeah,
they're fine. Yeah.
Let's do it.
This is fun. I'm
today's the day to do
enjoying
it.
this.
So IUE, how many Korean hip hop artists do you know?
Soko Domo.
Uncle Soko Domo.
Personally, none.
None.
No, Soko Domo.
So
Right.
close to being personally done.
Right, close to being personally.
Wait, no, what's the deal with the deep voice?
Which
My
one?
God.
There's like
Pop,
four.
no, Pop Smoke.
Not Tiger JK. Chong.
No.
Because he was in there with Jesse.
He did it with Jesse.
He was with Jesse.
Flow Sick.
There we go.
Soko Domo, Flow Sick. I got 2.
I got a bunch. I would say at least 15. I know.
Not so good, Domo. So Simon Dominic, Soko Domo, Jesse,
Black
Hip Hop,
BTS, J Park,
J
Oh,
Park,
damn. I forgot J Park be rapping.
Crush.
Changma. Well, Crush sings.
Oh, did they say hip hop?
Yeah.
Yeah, hip hop.
Oh, rappers? Oh,
Yeah. How many
rappers.
Korean hip hop artists do you know?
Rappers.
Oh, Camo.
The guy from
Camo's a new
Queens.
singing rapper kind of
yeah,
person that
facts.
we're familiar with.
Mm.
Well, Tiger
So-
JK.
What, J Park and his whole crew?
Right.
Yeah.
Anybody
AOMG.
under AOMG or
That's the word.
right.
Yeah.
I like Flow Sick.
What's his name?
What's-
Yeah,
Big
Big Naughty.
Naughty.
Big Naughty. I was just about to say.
See, I
Big
don't know
Naughty.
names. Y'all know I had a hard time learning BTS names.
Ish.
Anyone
Doesn't
from
he
the
like sing
Telephone
rap
song?
though? No.
I don't know. I know he is.
Was
I
it
know
Tava
for
then?
sure.
Is that the one? I keep
Tavo?
Tava.
T-A-B-E-R.
Yeah, T-A-B-E-R.
He's on honey. Yeah, he's on honey.
What you
Yeah.
know? Is that enough for? Is that enough
Yeah,
for
They
you?
know a lot.
Sick
Oh, yeah,
K.
Sick K, yeah.
Yeah, definitely. both of
Sick
them.
K. Yeah, all this AOMG. Basically AOMG. Right.
Yeah, I was like the whole crew. We got them.
What's his name? He did that.
I need a little more than that.
What's up?
He did the.
What's that?
Oh,
That was my first K.
DPR. DPR Ian. DPR
Yes.
Live.
DPR. That was my first K hip hop.
cool. At least I wasn't completely wrong. Dean raps sometimes. Thank you. Because I feel like I've heard him rap a little.
He was like, I know I'm not crazy.
Right. Don't make me feel like
Kilograms.
Kilograms.
Kilogram.
I know.
Oh, I
I
don't
don't
know.
remember
Could not tell
He was like the bigger guy who had like
He
the
did
braids
Moo?
and he did Moo. It was like Moo, the
Yeah.
Moo song. I was mooing.
Oh, did I see that? I don't think I did.
It was mumble
Yeah.
rap, but the beat was hard as fuck.
Cool,
The
thank
beat
you.
was so hard.
Yes.
Oh, when he was like doing this and
Yeah.
the lights was happening.
Yeah, and it's just
The
like
bigger
him
dude,
in
the
like a
bigger
He
room.
dude,
was
yeah.
like this.
And it was just like
It was
him with
hard.
like
He
a
was
blank
flying
floor.
up.
Yeah.
Yeah.
He was so
Hyuna,
hard.
right? Because Hyuna raps? Or she sings?
Hyuna.
And Dawn?
I know he didn't ask the question.
I mean,
Or
it's
he
kind of
or
like
she.
a rap talk.
They
kind of thing.
asked the question and leave.
I don't know.
It was like, can you answer my question?
Right. Oh,
Shane
his voice
Daniels?
is so amazing.
Besides name feels like.
Oh, I was like, does he rap?
Oh well, y'all,
I think we covered it, guys.
yeah.
Yeah.
Monty, you missed the introductions. You can always go back, but there's some interpersonal questions in here too. So lifetime lat. I think I covered that. Lifetime lat. Will you all upload dance covers, acting skits, explaining how you choreograph anything? Since you are all professionals on YouTubers, it's
What?
it's messed up
I think they're saying
right. Will you upload any
Yeah.
dance covers, acting skits, or things like
any of
explaining how
our-
you choreograph
Who's
and
this?
lifetime lat?
Gotcha. Yeah, well, yeah.
Okay.
I
Explaining how we come up with the choreo?
I
everything.
think just
they're
like
asking,
just like anything.
Can we-
So like BTS.
Yeah, like
information,
would you
everything.
do a dance cover and upload it? Would you do like an acting skit and up like
so
did-
not only
what
the
you
project,
do-
but also the
Yeah.
BTS.
We're
Yeah.
about to become what BTS, what all the
Oh, production thing, which is what we're
No.
trying to do.
No, what K-pop does. What?
Oh,
That's
like
what they do.
have
They
their-
have the BTS. They have the choreography.
right?
Yeah,
They have the
yeah,
choreography
yeah,
video, the
yeah.
dance practice video,
So
the
that's
special
you know,
video.
so
Let's
Yeah,
like
yeah,
color,
yeah.
let's
Right,
like color on our
video.
whole lives, like.
I know.
Yeah.
I could definitely. Well, okay. So for my photo shoots, I'm definitely able to post the thing and post BTS because sometimes I'm able when Malik comes. We'll have BTS. I think it is a cool idea to talk about it and do stuff like that. But I feel like it needs to be asked. So I feel like now that you've asked that, I can put that into my stuff.
She can hold a beat. So yeah.
Listen, just
Put
teach
it
me
in
the
there.
choreo. Don't ever ask me to freestyle. Teach me the choreo though, and I'll learn. I promise you, I will learn. It will. It may take me hours and hours, but I will work. But yeah.
Like maybe do some K-drama
I would definitely do that. Oh my gosh, I already
Reenactings.
have an idea. I'm not gonna tell y'all yet. You just gotta follow me on
Mhm.
Instagram or
Yeah.
TikTok.
Too
So
short.
I already. You have any more of your drink?
Yep. This is
Yeah, take a shot.
Oh.
But yeah, I feel like now that you've said something, I could definitely. I don't post anything on YouTube, but I do post stuff on Instagram, and I'm posting more on TikTok. So if you want to follow any of us on those things, I'm sure now that we know that you're looking for those,
They say YouTube.
Listen,
Yeah.
if I start on YouTube, okay. I did, however, post a short not too long ago, so I'm slowly sneaking my way onto YouTube. But
It was
Yeah.
like so more
Also-
aquarium on aquarium.
Right,
For
right,
me,
for real.
for me, I'll make sure that I with the covers that I the covers that the covers that I do dance to or create or choreography that I do create, I'll make sure to like send like even the rough draft to Jelly because like for me my issue is I'll do choreography and I'll like save it in my phone or I'll like have it all queued up and I'll save it and I won't
I don't even record it.
I won't do a what's it called, like a bigger scale, like more professional video, and because I've never done that process, I don't even want to put out like the skeleton of the process, and that's usually what that's what people want to see. They just want to see like the project.
Yeah.
But I'm like, no, I want to put the project in a cool outfit behind a waterfall with things flying around it. I want to do it, and then I never get there, so it's like I never do it. So I will force myself to at least send it to Jelly. So if nothing else, it'll be on the aquarium page, so we
Right,
can just
yeah.
start to have more stuff.
So that's it, because every time I watch your reactions, I know that you're all professionals, but I want to see your work, like the art that you make. So, we're working on it. We're working on it because we're not used to. I'm not used to people caring like that. So
we're also like all very busy too.
Yeah.
So having time to
Right.
create our own
It
little
is not
projects.
cheap here in LA.
I
So
work
the more
on
money y'all
mine
give, the
too.
easier it is for us to do what we gotta do. Love.
So something that may take like the Korean entertainers, you know, a few days to do because that's what their focus is on. It may take us a couple months to put together.
or like they just have to
also-
like show up on set.
Right.
And then they can go off and do whatever, and they have a team of people to edit and do all these other things. We do it all ourselves.
Exactly. It's us, you know, and
Yeah,
the
they
people
have
that
a
we're
whole team.
able to
Like
bring
literally,
in.
this
Yeah.
is the team you see.
Yeah.
And most of that team is this. So like, this is the team. Like,
We don't have 5 people following us like BTS.
Right. We will get there though.
Yeah, because
Right.
they all have their own camera.
Right. Where
all
they have
their
like
own
a
person.
camera, a manager, a bodyguard, a public,
Right,
like
a
they each have their own
translator.
publicist, and
We
right,
are the
a door
talent.
opener.
And the creators.
Right. The creators,
The
like
editors,
the directors,
the-
the
yeah.
producers, like the
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 editors,
recruiters,
the
you know, for some
BTS,
talents.
the
some crew.
promoters. This is the team you see in front of you. This is it. This is it. So
So yeah,
yeah.
until y'all tell, you know, Big Kid hire us.
Right.
You
Or
know,
any of them
Hype,
to hire
Hype, hype, hire.
Hype hire us. I already put that on my Twitch for as soon as the stream starts. Hype hire us. Yeah,
Right.
that's how it is. Don't play with me.
Okay, what's the next one?
Let's see. From Missile T, when and how did you start getting into the entertainment industry? Was there something that influenced you, or was it something that you always wanted to do?
Well, I talked about it in the beginning. So for any of those who were there in the beginning, or when you look back, you can find it in the beginning. I've always been into performing, no matter what it is. I just loved being a creative. And when it started for me, actually, so when I was a little one, I was a model for some time until I started to become a diva. And then my mom was like, nope! This is getting to your head. You can become a model when you can sign for it yourself. So took me out because I just started having an attitude problem. I don't think it was because of that. I just think it was because of the environment I was in, but she blamed it on the modeling. So then when I was old enough, around like 20, 21 is when I started doing some modeling back home because I really wanted to do it. And I had a really tough year in 2011. I lost 11 people in my life, and it was a really, really tough year. It started out literally in the beginning of the year. I lost my grandmother, who was like my second mom, because my mom wasn't around, so I lost her to a battle of cancer, pancreatic cancer, and it was rough. And then I was in school as well, and I was in a relationship, and then later on that year, it became hard. Me and my boyfriend at the time had broken up, and I was dealing with a lot of mental health and physical issues and stuff like that, along with losing a lot of friends from overdoses. And so because of how tough that year was for me, I had, because of the mental issues, at the end of that year, going into my next year, I decided in March that I was going to sign myself out of school because I had a day where I just said, fuck all these classes, I'm staying in my bed, I do not give a fuck. And all I did was sing in my room, all day. I just sang and danced in my room, and I realized how happy that made me. And that's when I decided, nope, I'm leaving school, I'm saving up to go to LA, and I'm moving to LA. A year later, well, not a year later, 2 years later, because that was in 2012. But about 2 years later was when I was able to move out here, and I haven't looked back since.
Let's go.
So now I am fully immersed into the entertainment industry, and it's what I do. And yeah, I'm happy about my decision. I've never been happier, even through the hard times, because being a starving artist, you really do be starving. So yeah, I've never been happier. I'd rather be out here and homeless than be back home. Yeah, so I'll starve for my passion.
What was the question?
When did it start? Yeah.
When and how did you start getting into the entertainment industry?
Well, my words. So on both sides of my family, there are singers. My dad and his cousins and his brothers were all like in a band, like a church group. I was always in the fucking church. In a church group, and they sung. And so my dad was the keyboardist. One of my uncles played the drums. One of my uncles played the guitar. My dad's cousin, they would sing, and they would all sing. And so I always like grew up around performance. And my dad, whatever church he was at, and we were with him for the weekend, me and my sister had to sing. So, yep. We were singing, D was on the drums, and then once we kind of like, the next set, it was Ray on the drums. So it was like, we would sing all the time. And then, of course, growing up when I was younger, when my mom and dad were still together, my dad played the keyboard, my mom was the choir director, so I was always singing in the choir. And on my mom's side, my uncle, the one I was like the queen of the family, everybody just like, it's like, oh no. Anyway, the queen of the family, he was a choir director. He played the keyboard. He taught my dad how to play. He was a drum major at Clemson. And then back in the day, him and my auntie were the drum majors at their high school and would get like ran off the field because they were like too good. They was like, no, I gotta go. And it was back in the day, like my auntie she can be as old as like my grandma. So it was back then, and so they were like, no, they're too good. So they sometimes had to like run back on the bus, but yeah, he would do like a back bend. She would flip over him and all this extra stuff that everybody would tell me the stories about. But yeah, so I just grew up around performances and singing and dancing. Everybody knew how to dance and sing around me, so I kind of like grew up in it. And I always knew that I was like meant for the camera or like behind the camera because I like to get stuff together as well and just be a help. So it was I just been doing it all my life. It's like Bella, it's like I've been around it, so I was like, well, I'm doing it. And then in high school, I think it was my grandfather passed away in 2009, right before I graduated. And when did Rise come out?
2000.
In 2000?
2000?
I thought I was in high school when it came out.
2000, 2001.
I was in high school, then I was middle school.
Maybe that's when it like became all over the place or something.
Oh, I don't know, but I saw it, and I self-taught crump. I didn't have like a big or little. So I self-taught. I went on YouTube, taught myself how to crump, but like that was like an outlet, and so it was like when I did that, it was like kind of like Bella's like, oh yeah, I was like,
Oh, 5, excuse me.
Okay.
okay, I was like, I know, I was like.
Some came out 2000, I danced with me, sorry.
But it was like I started crumping and I cried. It was like a release.
Oof.
And I was like, this is what I want to do. Even though like I knew I always wanted to continue dance, I didn't know about like making it a profession. I knew I wanted to teach it as well, but I knew I wanted to like to keep dancing forever. Like I don't even have to be on the bass track. I want to just dance. I'm gonna be a dancer forever. But yeah, so that's that on that.
Good question one time.
When and how did you get started in the entertainment industry?
Entertainment industry. Okay. Entertainment industry. Alright, so I guess I kind of went through the whole dance thing early in my life. But beyond dance, I've always been like into like theater. I've always been into like acting, comedy, horror, one-shot plays. Like I just been into like just human interaction, human expression in a sense. So when it came to, okay, cool. When it came, I was like, what was that? After middle school, after high school, of like just knowing that I'm gonna be a dancer. Like I love dancing, it was my passion. If no one paid me for it, I'm gonna do it. Dance is what I want to do. Blah 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 blah. I didn't care so much about the entertainment industry per se, But it wasn't until I got into college. Got into college, and I had been in my freshman year of college. The TA, basically the person who comes to your freshman dormitory floor and talks to like your specific dorms about what's going on. came to our floor, and it was a specific TA for a specific program. We were the like health, basically like health career people. People wanted to be dentists, doctors, nurses, medical professionals, so on and so forth. I wanted to eventually be a brain surgeon. Had the grades for it, had the time for it, had the energy for it. I was doing it. I was holding it down. Came in one day to talk to us at the floor. I was like, hey, how you guys doing? How's your first few months of college? You ever loving it? Da, 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 da. And then he was like, all right, you know what I'm saying? And he's breaking down stuff to us. He's like, my MCATs, not the MCATs. No, my MCATs, because he's like triple senior, whatever, been in college forever doing his thing. He's holding down good grades, whatever. But he's like, my MCATs, they're like next June, and it was like October. He's like, they're like next June. I've been studying since like this May. Like 4 hours a day, nonstop. Like I've just been studying, test after test, getting up, doing flashcards, doing whatever I gotta do, just like retaining information. And like as he's talking, all of his words become like mush, and I'm just like, what in the world do I love enough to get up and do minimum 4 hours a day, every day? Because that's what this requires. I was like, this isn't hard, because I can just, like, medical is just memorizing stuff. I can do that forever. That's all medical is. Just remember it. You know what I'm saying? That's it. Just
that's why it wasn't for me.
You know what I'm saying? Like, just retain it and know that at the end of the day, life is more important. And then remember that because you're so smart, there's going to be parts of, like, your career and your medical Hippocratic oath that gets, you know. But anyway, so for me, I was like, medical's not hard. But I was just like, this is a lot of work and effort. This is a lot of my life that I'm going to put into this. Like, what do I, if someone never paid me, like if someone really what would I be doing? Like, I'm like, it's dance, it's entertainment, it's talking to people and expressing myself and making sure people express themselves through art. And I would do that through and through for the rest of my life. So it was basically like my freshman year of college, and I was like, dang, bro, like that's commendable. That sounds amazing. But I knew then, like, I'm gonna switch my major from nursing to small business management, because I'm going to either run a dance studio or run a business or help run a company that's going to help do something in entertainment. I know it is, because I now know the importance of being able to influence a mind. Not that it wasn't, you know what I'm saying, a good thing or a bad thing to be a dentist or a doctor, but I'm like, for me, at the end of the day, it wouldn't fulfill me to have 3 yachts, 4 mansions, and to be able to go to Paris whenever I want to, but I'm not fulfilled in my heart because I'm not influencing people in the way that I know that I can. You know what I'm saying? I know it's in my heart to dance. It's in my bones to do this. So while I'm out here like being a doctor, that's great, but like if I don't get to scratch this dance itch, I'm gonna be one of the people going postal. Like, you know what I'm saying? So that's how I felt about me. So I knew then that I had to go for it, and from there just continue step by step. I know I'm gonna make it. I know what's gonna happen. So I'm not stripping about it. I'm not stressing about it. Let's just keep pushing, and let's keep pushing, and let's keep pushing. Currently, I'm in this wonderful situation, and I hope that this continues forward.
I think I accidentally like slipped into the dance entertainment because I wanted to be here for a year and then leave.
Oh shit. It didn't work out as planned.
I'm still here.
Oh, well, for me, you know, like I said earlier, I've been writing since I was 6. That was my escape. I wrote my first anything when I was grounded. I got in trouble. I got grounded, confined in my room, and so I was like, you can keep me here, but you can't keep Peter and Lucy here. So I wrote The Adventures of Peter and Lucy, and they went on the adventures that I wanted to do outside that day. And to this day, my mom still says, I'm still waiting on Peter and Lucy. She's waiting on the children's animation. Of my first thing.
Yeah,
She better keep bothering you about it.
Yeah, she keeps bothering me about it. She keeps saying, you need to go ahead and just make it. And I was like, it's gonna have to be like a kids thing, because I wrote it when I was 6, and it's just my brother and sister going
Money
You
is
can
children.
do that on Canva right now, and you can put it on Amazon right now.
I did hear about
I was gonna say, these
Amazon
days,
thing. I
if
did
you really
look
want to keep it
at
a bug, you see what the boys can do with animation. You can do anything with animation.
Calendars. I'm like, bitch, I know Canva, girl. I'm already made calendars and 2 notebooks.
I know Canva.
You can get away with anything these days.
Right, so it's I keep telling I was like it's on the list of things. It's just like it's the list of things. I have a lot of things on my list.
It is a lot of lists.
But that's how I started writing. As far as getting into the entertainment industry, it was Harry Potter and the Chamber of Secrets.
Oh yeah.
Ooh.
It was Harry Potter and the Chamber of Secrets. Me and my friend Jessica was watching it, and I kept critiquing it on the, sorry Chris Columbus, but I kept critiquing it on the shots that I wanted to see. The shots I wanted to see. And I was like, oh man, I wish I saw that from that side of his face or that angle. And then I did it through the entire movie, and my friend was like, shut up and make your own. And I was like, don't think I won't. And then from then I was just like, movie making is a thing. And I was like, there are people that actually like, I have this idea, this is how I see it in my brain, and now I'm going to make it, and now I showed it to you. And that was the start of getting interested in directing rather than just the writing. And then from then on, I was like, what can be done? You know, I went to a high school that had a communications program. It was full, but so I did the TV production of the communications program was full, so I did web design, ad design, and graphic design instead. And I'm mad because everybody who was all gung-ho about being in TV production, none of them are in TV production right now. Yeah. So I could have had that experience anyway. Then when I went to college, I was 17 when I started, so I still couldn't like work. But they had a newspaper and a TV studio there, so I would use whatever equipment that they would let me do. So I got into publishing. But as soon as I turned 18, I started applying to whatever I could find, PA gigs, any of that, and I could mainly only do like traveling shows because I was in Mississippi, so I did like Catfish when they went to Mississippi, and I did like On the Case with Paula Zan, I think it was, which was just like a research assistant thing because they were doing a case that was like in Tennessee. So whatever was near me at the time, I applied for is that, and then so I went. But basically that's how I got into it, and it's just kind of led me to different places around the country, Jacksonville, Florida, doing independent features there, Connecticut, where I worked on the Maury Show and the Trisha Show for 6 months on an internship, and just like just stuff after stuff after stuff until I was just like, okay, LA. And I was just chill there. But now I'm interested in doing stuff in South Korea. I love their filming style. I want to know more about their filming style. I'm actually executive producer on, if anybody watches DK TV, and you guys know that they have a show that's coming out called Ramyun and Chill. I'm actually executive producer on that show, and currently in the process of developing things for season 2.
So exactly.
So yeah, so I'm built my way to there. So yeah, I'm going forward in that sense. So,
yeah.
Next question from Carolina Jane. Would y'all ever go back to videos you've reacted to when you guys weren't as in the know to show your updated opinions?
Oh, that would do that. Kind of cool, actually. I would do that.
I'm not against it. That'd be funny to watch the real reaction period.
Right, there have been a couple of times where like I think like there was one time where I filmed you guys watching the first, like you and Joey reacting to the very first video.
Hilarious.
But we've like watched like off camera like old reactions and stuff. But that's a good idea to just be like, have our opinions changed or anything.
That's just to show the growth.
From Mani, what's everyone's age, birthday, and ethnicity?
And what?
Ethnicity.
Oh, okay.
So I'm 30. Just turned 30. Well, I guess it's not just anymore. January 9th is my birthday, Capricorn. I am black. No, but my ethnicity, it is African American, traces back to the Igbo tribe in Africa. Irish on both my mom and my dad's side. French on my mom's side, and Southeast Asian on my mom's side, and Nigerian on my dad's side. My dad's Nigerian, so Igbo tribe in Africa and Nigerian, and so Irish. I'm like 25% Irish. I need to take a 23andMe so I can get like a whole breakdown of like me, But yeah, that's my ethnicity.
Word. I
Right, I'd rather do that one.
we say birthday November 6th. I'm 29. I'll be 30 in November. Ethnicity African American. As far as I know, I'm black AF. No, seriously though, I think like my grandfather was from like Georgetown on my mom's side, and on my dad's side, my grandfather, I don't know where he's from, but he was super Spanish. So I think
He looks Spanish as fuck.
No, he's American.
Yeah, I think.
Or just straight from.
I feel like
Or
there's
Puerto Rican.
some Puerto Rican, Dominican, something from some Caribbean island. I believe is somewhere in there. As far as my dad's side, my mom's side, I think eventually it stems back to like deep African roots, but I can't say for sure. But black. Every time Spanish people love me, like I'm
black, yo.
one of them. So it's beautiful.
I mean,
I'm here for it. Wait, that's me. That's me.
alright, what was it?
Scorpio. Also, sorry.
Next, November 6th.
November 6th, y'all.
So what is it, birthday?
Yes.
December 11th, I am a Sag. I like fire.
So,
What else?
age, birthday, ethnicity.
I am 31. Am I the oldest? Yeah, I'm the oldest.
Yes. Right under you.
Yeah, like she's like, wait, you?
91. That's why, yeah.
I'm a 90s baby.
I'm
like,
less than a year younger than you.
I'm legit 90s baby. I was born in 1990. Okay. I go with the years. So it's 2022. I will be 32. This
so
year.
easy.
Right? That's why everybody can keep up. And they would like base it off like where I'm at because I went with the years. And then
funny.
I have all the siblings.
Mm-hmm.
Oh yeah. Okay. So birthday,
Age and ethnicity.
ethnicity, black and black. I don't really know. I do have the lineage of my mom's mom, and it was just black, but at the same time, I feel like they had native. They were red as fuck, like red. Like my grandma and her
How you
mom
all
was like,
look young? Cause we black.
yeah, black don't crack. But yeah, so
That's
and
like
then
real water.
they were in like
Shit.
the native, like they were like right beside like the native town, and my grandma was a sharecropper, but my grandfather was black. He was a slave. So I don't know if I can trace them back because they didn't have birth.
Oh yeah, the
certificates.
keep it on the low.
I mean, they were sharecroppers. They was just on the plantation.
But do they do it? How do they figure out? This is a question. Just kind of. How do they figure out if you do a test? How do they figure out what your ethnicity is? Is it by your saliva?
My DNA.
Yeah. So it wouldn't be by tracking, right?
What do you mean?
Like, are they using the DNA to track where your family's from, and that's where they get where your ethnicity is, or is it just by what's in your DNA?
It's what's in my DNA.
Okay.
Yeah.
So
So you'll still be able to know what.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, so I don't know. None of us have did like a DNA test. Like none of my family done it. I want to do the big package of the African American DNA because they'll trace it back to the tribe from Africa. But if you don't have any African roots, you might be just Native American here. So and they'll give you all that. I want to do it on both sides of my family because my dad, I don't really know the lineage of my dad's family at all. But my mom's mostly, yeah, because they actually kept track. Like my mom has a book, my sister has a book. I found the book online. So, yeah.
I will be 31 on September 16th. Virgo in the house. Yes, earth signs. Yeah.
Just like your future husband.
Yes, good. Yes. So I got a little excited. My ethnicity. So I am half Puerto Rican on one side. That's my mom. Straight from Caguas, Puerto Rico. And then my dad, he's mixed. I don't know everything he's mixed with, but I do know he's Native American, Portuguese, and like a little bit of Irish. But I too, Jelly also suggested it, like, bitch, you need to get a 23andMe so that we know exactly, so that you can know exactly what the fuck you are. I just know for sure I'm 50% Puerto Rican. And then I have, all the rest of it all over the place. But I definitely know, because I know Cheyenne is the tribe we're from.
Nice.
So I do know that.
Cool.
So that's as far as I know, but I do also, yes, want to do the test so that I can know how far, my family goes, and also find out about my Taino heritage too, like way more than my mom knows and stuff, because my mom doesn't know everything, and her dad's a deadbeat and her mom's gone. So like there's nothing that she can really get from except for like maybe family, but family don't really talk to her either. So like I gotta do this shit on my own. Gotta figure that out. Want to know, want to know where I came from. How my family came to be. Yeah.
Cool.
That's us.
So, next question by Miss T for Bella.
Boom.
I've seen you doing a lot of fighting on your Instagram. Why? Is it for acting, stunt work, and or for personal enjoyment?
Revenge.
Okay. So.
It's a revenge mission.
Right. Okay.
Training.
This is
So,
one motherfucker.
I hate it. Okay. So actually, when I was younger, I was a little feisty little one. I just didn't like people messing with me, and I got bullied a lot growing up, so I did end up in a lot of fights. I was an angry child. Home life was not the best. So I took it out on other, situations when it was kind of validated for me. So I would say 2020, I was in a situation, and how it ended or how it went pissed me off. And I really wanted to do something physical that was going to give me a release. Because when I'm stressed out and I'm like depressed or really upset about something and I can't do anything about it, I will just sit in my room and not eat, not sleep, not function, do nothing. And I will wither away. So I wanted to be a little bit more proactive in how I was dealing with this, and my friend had told me about how he started doing martial arts, and this was during COVID, so he did like outside in the park martial arts kind of thing, and he told me about it, and I was like, ooh, I've always wanted to do martial arts. Like, I've always wanted to do it. I mean, I used to fight as a kid. Are y'all good? I see everything happening on the side. I'm like,
Getting on my damn nerves.
I felt all of that.
Absolutely fine.
That's and I've been interested in martial arts like forever. Like I've just always thought it was cool, but again, I spoke about it earlier. We did not have money, so I couldn't go to classes. But since this was like a thing that I could do, and we was getting a lot of money from what's that called again? EDD.
Yep.
I was like, I can pay for stuff. I got money for that. I ain't going nowhere. So I took some classes, and then I realized how much I really did like it, and how good I was. I was really fucking good at it. And like, I'm probably somebody you wouldn't want to get into a fight with, just because, well, one, I know people's weak spots. I can analyze you in seconds. So I learned that through that. But not just that, I don't have really any pain receptors. So you hurt me, I will not react to it. I will come for you.
She's like kick-ass.
Yeah, I just really like, when I tell you my sensei was pissed at me because he had to figure out where my, like, okay, so I might not have pain receptors, but my body has a limit. So he had to figure out my limits for my body, because I will not tell him to stop when he tried to do things. Because I didn't, like, I can feel it, but it feels more like pressure than pain. So it doesn't really hurt me. So he was like, oh, I'm training a fucking monster right now. So, yeah, and I learned everything that he could teach me in 2 months. And I was able to break boards, which usually, granted, it takes people years because they make you take years. But for me, I had no mental blocks. And I knew where to get my strength from, because I knew what part of my body was the strongest. So I knew where to get that strength from. I was able to break things that takes 250 pounds of pressure to break. I was able to break it like like this. Nothing. It took nothing for me to break it. I would break things way before he thought I was able to break things. That's why his sensei, who was a fucking beast, like, did everything, like, triple, quadruple black belt in, like, all the martial arts, also did stunt choreo, like, was a stunt coordinator and all this stuff, wanted to meet me. Like, told him, I want to meet her. Bring her to a class.
Nice.
So he did a private class with me and my sensei, and this motherfucker was not playing. Like, I got conditioned, which is where you get hit in spots with things to make it harder for people when they do fight you to do anything to you. So we would condition, like, our solar plex, which is very hard to condition, but they do fucking condition that shit. Your stomach, your shins, you know, anything, your arms, anything. And we conditioned the solar plex. That was my first time ever conditioning my solar plex.
So she was punching you in the chest over and over again?
Not punching. It was kicking.
Oh, that's
and yes,
better.
it was in the chest. Yeah. So we were doing
Alright, get up, do it again.
Yeah, we were doing it to each other. It was a, trio. So it was like Josh kicked Sensei, Sensei kicked me, I kicked Sensei, Sensei kicked Josh. So that's like how it went. And when I tell you I ate that, he gave me the biggest high five afterwards. He was like, most of my guy students can't eat that shit, and you fucking did. I was like, because I don't fucking care. Because if I die, I'm going to die. Like, but I'm going to die trying. Like, and then he had me break a board. He had me break a board right in front of him because he didn't think I'd be able to do it again. Nah, I did it again. No problem. And he was like, I'm going to see you on the big screen. I can't fucking wait. Keep doing. Because what you're doing, a lot of females can't.
So just imagine Bella and JK boxing.
Yeah, we're going to have so much fun together. It's gonna
JK
be so
gonna
great.
lose.
Right, JK's in it, and he's gonna get hella
I
competitive.
love it because he's so competitive.
Sorry. You know what? I quit.
Right? But yeah.
All the pouting.
Yeah. And then, just doing that more and more, and also taking advantage of not having pain receptors, I was like, I want to do stunt stuff. Like, I really love Mila Jovovich, who is an actor. She is a supermodel turned actor. I am a model turned, kind of thing. Like, that was a really cool thing. So I started doing, any type of training that I could do, scent training, stuff like that. I've actually been doing a lot of training lately, which has been really fun. I've been meeting all the people that could really put my fucking career on. So I'm really working on that. Again, I will reiterate, I do not want to be a stunt person. I want to be the next female action star. So that's what I want to do, and that's why I'm doing it. But it is a great release. I will tell you, I have somewhere to go if I'm pissed off. Yes.
So don't mess with Bella because she will beat your ass.
And I really don't want to, because that's one of the things that you learn in martial arts. Because now you know how to kill somebody. Literally.
And that's why you have to
Register your
name.
Yes, but I do not have to because it was a private dojo. So
Ha!
I do not have to register
So
nothing.
tread lightly, bitch.
Yes.
So from lean K-pop, do you like 17?
Yes.
Yes.
Yes. They're amazing. They're really talented dancers, like artists. They have a great look too. Like, I really like them. There's a bit of them, but
Okay.
Request more so we can
right.
I haven't seen a lot.
You know me, I know BTS. Outside of there, she'll be like, oh yeah, go ahead, say their names, and I'm like,
Well, okay.
I'll be like,
So I pick things about the ones that I like, and that's how I remember them. I have like little specific things, but it's the same thing with numbers for me. So like, if somebody told me a number today, and you asked me what that number was a month ago, a month from now, I'll remember it. It's weird, but that's like for face stuff. Like, if I want to remember whether it's something that you do all the time, or okay, so for instance, like NCT, I remember the projectors, the ones who belt, because I love how they belt, and I remember each of them. I only remember one of their names, which is Haechan, but I know it because of how they belt. One is the really, really pretty one, and one got the full lips. That's how I know, I will remember you by that. So.
names. I can remember your face.
You could tell me your name and I will forget it in 30 seconds.
sometimes that also happens to me too, but that's because I wasn't listening, not because I actually was paying.
I'd be paying attention.
I'm paying attention. If you're going right to it, like my photographic memory is in location and in images, words. Like it's words and location.
I was like, I'd be like, I remember seeing them. That's all I got.
Thanks, Lifetime Last.
From Monty, do you all live and work together, or do you just meet up and film?
Now we live together.
We
We
live
wake
here.
up and do this.
Right.
This is the living room.
Right.
This is why you always see us in like very chill clothes.
Right.
We come downstairs.
The kitchen's right there. All of our bedrooms are upstairs.
We roll out of bed and
Right.
drag down the stairs
Yeah.
and come right here.
Right. These are, these
This
are
is it.
the cups in the house.
You gotta come.
And
You guys gotta come visit.
the trays.
We're actually having a barbecue on Sunday. You'll love it.
Right. If you're in LA.
Yeah, if you're in LA, come through. We'll celebrate our friend's birthday.
So-
Plus other things.
From Missile T, what has been the favorite or most memorable reaction?
JB, switch it up. No. Honestly, it's either been that one. I think it's like 3 for me. That
there's a
one.
few for me.
The one where the girl was like trash and brought down the energy,
Camo.
and we all agreed in that
Oh,
one moment.
yeah.
Sorry.
Everybody's face was like,
yeah.
Yes, there's definitely a few
I
for
was
me, yes.
disgust. It was like
We
a collective
all-
disgust. Like I love it.
Oh, I want to watch that video. Like,
Oh my god.
after we do all this, I need to watch that video again because that shit is
So-
funny. That
Oh
Like literally everybody was.
Everybody. Yes, we all have this.
But when he came back in,
Well, he only came in once.
Yeah,
he
it
only
was
came
like,
once.
yeah.
That's why we were
Because
upset because
she was
rest
the
of song.
chorus.
That's
Yeah.
when she
Yeah.
came back in. When she came
Yeah.
back in.
Oh, yeah, when she
She
came back in.
started it. He came in and we were like, oh, and then she came.
Ugh.
It was so great.
The pause for me.
Oh, no, I didn't.
What?
What about it?
Sorry.
What?
Yeah. I don't know who that is. So.
Oh, that's
So you go like.
No, but he does. That's why I looked at
I'm
him.
with you.
Right.
Not
I'm
yo.
with you.
I was looking at
That's
you.
her, I just know like that's her friend.
Yeah.
Oh,
Yeah.
Lifetime
Yeah.
Last. That's Bella's friend.
Yeah.
Okay, so you've listened to her in the car, right?
Yeah,
Because
yeah.
I'm like, the name is familiar, but I'm just like, I don't know.
Right.
who
That's
it
why
is.
I looked at him because I was like, oh
Yeah.
shit.
You actually like met her, been to her house, like to events
If
and parties
you-
and stuff. She's cool people.
If you look at if you're on Instagram, look at my tagged pictures, and you'll see pictures of me with her. So yeah. Her fans are wild.
So, if you didn't know, we in there. We just not in there. We not in the pool. Our feet and legs are just on the
Right, we
side.
got all the friends. All the friends. Yes, actually one of our friends, Zanette, she was in the K-12 movie. So if
Yeah,
you've seen the K-12 movie, she was there. And I got to go to the concert that was in LA. Melanie gave us all tickets to come to the concert, and Zanette performed her little dance number for lunchbox friends, or lunchtime friends.
With the
Yeah.
nice dress.
Yes, with the dress. So she got to perform that little dance number, and that was awesome to see her perform. She was scared as shit, but she did it. She killed it, and it was awesome to be able to see our friends perform together. Yeah. Mm-hmm.
So, yes.
Yes.
I'm trying to think my favorite, most memorable reaction. I will have to say, like, Soko Domo's feature on Switch It Up. That was a very memorable, because that was just funny. That was just so funny.
I was like,
When we listen to Home.
When we saw the
That
Jimmy
was
Fallon
it.
special of BTS's
Oh, that was
Home.
like,
With BTS Home, it was at Joey's house.
It messed me up. I did
She
see
thought
the
it was
K-12
wholesome.
movie, my favorite album.
oh yeah, we broke Jelly. Jelly
They broke
really
me.
thought like that.
I
No,
thought-
they talking about going home. I said no, they want that home.
they want that
Girl.
home.
And
Yeah.
then
That came out
so
really-
they jumping phone, yeah. But home.
Right. Like,
and then
If you listen to the lyrics, it was like, they want.
like they were
You were
getting it on the couch.
Oh,
Oh
yeah.
my gosh. Oh, that's
In
why it was
unison.
like
In unison, we all
all of
started
them
doing
started
this.
on the couch. It was that was definitely in the top 5.
Jess was like, no, it's about going home. Yeah, in that, all up in that home. All around the
I will add Ocean for me by Hapapala.
Oh yeah.
Oh.
That
Because
particular reaction.
yes, because for me it hit me hard. I was over here in tears.
It was fine.
Listen to home the same.
That was a very intimate moment for me,
Mm.
because it made me realize exactly what I want in love, like exactly.
I remember
What I-
you
yeah,
saying that.
What
Yeah.
I wanted, what I will not settle for anything less than that. Like I need you to love all of me, even my broken pieces, all of me. You know. So that was. Yeah, but I agree with all the other ones, like that I was a part of, which was the Sokodomo.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, that was my introduction to JB. I'm okay with that, but Sokodomo, yeah, that was weird. And then the camo, yeah, now I was feeling the guy, and then she fucked it up.
Also, I liked the Black Swan like series of videos we saw, but the one specific, the dance video specifically, in
The
mall.
instrumental one.
Yeah, when they were in the mall,
That was a joke.
and it was
Yeah.
like broken down and like abandoned. That
Yeah,
was,
where it was like the
Yeah, I was like, yo, this was crazy. What?
Black Cat Netto, or Netto or whatever the fuck that was called.
Black
that
Cat
one?
Netto.
Yeah, okay.
With
with,
the two of them,
I remember that song.
Two of them?
where it was ATs and the old people.
Yes,
The
yes.
old people,
Yes,
older,
older,
the
yeah,
originals,
yeah.
the
I
originals.
really like that. I cannot get the.
I'm weird.
Oh, yeah.
I can't get it out. It's there. It's there for life.
That's funny.
It's there
He
for
was
life. And-
swole as fuck.
Yes,
Yeah.
and then we got to we ended up listening to him way later, which was fucking awesome when he did another one with ATs, right? 'Cause that
Yeah,
was
I was gonna say it was
Be My
ATs.
Lover. Yeah,
When
That's
they
my
use
shit.
soccer
That's
gloves?
my shit.
Yes.
That's
So
my shit.
that was really cool. Like that, they ended up, being a kind of duo kind of thing
Oh yeah,
that's
you
happening.
play that one a lot.
Yeah, I love that. It makes me think of the '90s. Like I
Mhm.
fucking love that shit.
No, you
Yeah.
gotta bounce to it. Oh, okay. Before we
Yeah.
switch questions, I would like to say I think like honorable mention for probably most what the fuck video is so it was Sex Keys.
Sexy.
The
Oh!
'90s
Listen
one.
to my words.
Listen to my words.
First
That-
day.
that-
I was like, what? Yo.
No.
Take
Expensive
it
Girl?
off the girl. Take it
When
off.
they introduced that to me, no.
Expensive
I
Girl
was
was funny.
mad.
Take it
I didn't
off
wanna
the
listen.
girl.
Expensive Girl.
No. Oh, poor RM.
I will beat the pussy like your neck.
I mean, you probably could now, but not at the time, no.
Woo! It's
Yeah,
funny.
but that Sex Keys joint was hard. I was like, yo.
I mean,
you
I
took
only
it
know
there.
the one that we watch the one that I got to watch for y'all, my first time being introduced to this. And the whole time I was just like, because that's when it felt like a little like 12-year-old me, like, Backstreet Boys, yes. It was just so like, they were just happy the whole time, like,
Man,
it was so cute.
beautiful.
So from Deku Fox, what do you guys think of Kei and Taki getting the chance to debut in Hybe's new Japanese survival show?
I need you to say that one more time.
Kay and Taki.
Oh, I don't know
Taki.
these people. Okay.
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
Because we
Yeah.
watched Island, so
Mhm.
Kay and Taki are both contestants.
Characters?
They exist.
They were characters. No, Kei was a character.
Caricature, no. Kay and Taki were both contestants on the show Island, and I guess they got kicked out more towards the end of the show. They lasted pretty long, but now they're getting a chance to debut in a new group.
Yay! Give to them.
And Audition is the name of the show.
And
Oh.
audition.
Wait,
Yeah.
so they're not coming out in the group. They're just.
Your
No,
audition.
well, technically they're a part of the group. They're gonna have a survival show for added members.
Got you.
I
For
So
the
they
rest of
already
the
in
group.
it.
Yeah, as far as I know, they're already in it. Whether or not they have the ability to get kicked out, I don't know.
Got you.
Okay.
So Kay and Taki.
Kei and Taki, yeah.
Taki was one of the younger ones.
Yeah, he
Taki was the one
smallest
who-
one, right?
Yes.
The Japanese one.
Wait,
Oh,
go to
no.
the guy. Yeah.
Oh, they
Oh,
sacrificed
no,
Taki,
but it's
bro.
okay.
That
Go
was,
News
that
debut.
was, that was, it wasn't Taki's fault. It wasn't his fault. I can't blame him.
Anyway.
It's how the show was set up. It was fucked up.
Yeah, because I think it was like somebody had used the only reason why Taki got
'Cause he
even
had
gone
the-
was because he had used somebody.
Nicholas and
had used
EJ are also a part of the group. Nice.
Yeah.
Dope.
Let's go. I don't know.
So,
These people
feel? Or what do you guys think of them?
I still want Kay to be in a more older group because
Yeah.
he was older.
Yeah.
He looked weird with the young boys.
Yeah.
Because Taki is.
If it was something like I said all the time, if he was in a group that was like newest, where it was like more like a mature kind of thing, then yeah.
Yeah, we in our 30s. Like, he can hop right in there.
To what was it was like 15. He was like what 21, 20.
Yeah, he was up.
Oh.
Yeah.
I feel like he should be the young boy of the
and it was
old
a
boy
lot of
energy.
young
Like, that's where he can really flourish and thrive.
I'm mad that I saw like a glimpse of like I think Anne's audition put out like a music video, and I saw like the first like 2 seconds of it, and I was like, I know that neck anywhere.
Yep.
Oh yeah, he had a
Kay's neck you can spot from the
and it was always
the
like
ISS. Right, and it was always crooked. Like the whole second half of the thing, his neck was always crooked, and it was always pointing at.
Because he
Who
always
was he
had
always
an
mad
attitude.
at? Who was he always mad at? Heesung.
Was it
His
Heesung?
neck was always crooked and pointed at Heesung.
Attitude.
he tried to be the leader, but still threw everybody under the bus. Like
Yeah.
He would sit there throw Heesung under the bus, and it's just
He
like.
was so heavy-handed, he crushed you with it. Like, bro, it was a problem.
And it's just like, oh, well, you guys why haven't you guys been working on like the dancing? Oh, that's Heesung.
But he wanted to
But you were the one who wanted to be the leader. All right.
You gotta go over there and do something together, bro.
Oh, this sounds
Anyway,
like
it's
drama.
okay.
Yeah, it was a whole. Yeah. Anyway, but
it was great.
yes. But yeah, I was actually wondering about it before, and I was like, I wonder if because before when Shay was just like, I want Taki to go to the underground and practice a little more, and do more. Like I wonder. It's just
been like 2 years now.
Yeah, so I was just like, I wonder
I gotta
he's
see
up
him.
to Shay's where she
Because
was at.
I mean, even in the show, like they said he wasn't ready, and like you can see that he wasn't ready.
And I felt the way Bang PD had said when I was just like, I can see it in you. I'm just disappointed that you're not getting to it as fast as I feel like you can get there. Which is why I was like, when it got to the point between him and Gonu, and I was like, Gonu should definitely stay. But it ended up, for whatever reason, being like Taki staying. And I was just like, okay, if that's the case, then I'm going to need for you to develop as fast as I feel like you can.
It's probably one of
And
those things
he didn't.
where,
And so, yeah.
where they're like, oh, you're gonna be fine. You're gonna be like, your career's gonna be fine. You don't need this show. Because I know that they do that. I'm not saying that they do that, but I'm just saying I know that happens in American TV where they're like, you're fine. Like,
No,
there
it
are
was
people,
it
you
was
know.
like a quest, and so it was like 3 groups, and so if you were in the last group, and Gonu was in the last group,
And they didn't do
and
it all.
then and
Okay.
so from that,
Yeah, it was
They
just
all
like,
had to go?
it was just like
Only
happenstance.
So why did he go?
Taki didn't go because his group won.
No, I know, but I'm not talking about. I'm saying
He
for
was the
everybody
weakest
in the
link
group.
out that group.
No,
He
it
was the
wasn't.
weakest link
It
out
wasn't
that
even like he was the weakest link out that group. When it came to
Oh no,
when
voters.
it came to
Oh,
the
got it.
numbers, Taki was actually below Gonu, but because Taki's
It was
group
fan
won,
base numbers.
he was exempt
Okay.
from being kicked off.
Mhm.
So,
Gonu
it was
had
the
least.
next
less.
one in
Okay.
line, and
There
he
we
was
go.
the
And that
next
was
one in
the
line.
fan vote. I forgot about the
Okay.
fan vote.
Yeah.
Okay, because
Yeah.
I'm like, if it's based off of just like them saying something,
Yeah,
I'm
it
like,
wasn't
okay,
based
so
off
it
of
was
talent.
a
It was
voter
based like of their numbers were
Popularity,
big.
yeah.
Yeah.
But
Yeah.
ultimately,
Which
I would
sucks,
say
yeah.
for Taki's career anyway, like let's say things worked out for him, we were all had a consensus on the couch that like he's in a space where he really just needs more time to like refine who he is.
Because he was already a good dancer.
Yeah, one as a human being, because you're like 12, bro. He wasn't even 12. He was like
No.
10. How old was he?
No,
he
he was
He was 15,
15.
and he wasn't
He
the
was young.
youngest.
He
No, he
was
wasn't the
he wasn't the
youngest.
He
youngest.
was like the second.
But
He was
he
like
was
the
like
second or third youngest.
But he was young, but his energy was very like boyish, with all due respect. You know what I'm saying? Not that he didn't come to work, not that he came to play, but it was just still like very nubile, naive in a sense. So it was just like, you still
And
have
he was like
some refining to do, but whenever you get that down, like we know that you have the ability to make this happen for sure. We wanted to see if we could push you to just get to level 2 right quick, but you need some more time, and that's what it is. You know what I mean?
Well, if there are other members that are up there in age along with Kay, well, then that's fine. But I still think, like, it's because somebody was saying that they don't know the concept that And Edition's going to have. And, like, I feel like Kay belongs in, like, a like an older, more mature concept. That was the issue. What they were putting together with Island, which ended up being in Hypen, wasn't an adult, like an older concept. It was like a younger concept, and then later on they started to act older and stuff. Like K needs to be in that mature concept right out the gate, in my opinion. So CB tomorrow. If you're not a dancer, this was add on to the previous one. Caroline Jane, out of the songs you have reacted to, which ones do y'all actually listen to?
I would say about 5% of.
Let me check. I'm gonna just name like a few songs right quick, bow, and then we can skip to the next song. It's gonna be easy.
Yeah, I was like,
I have right now in my phone, in my liked songs on Spotify.
right?
I have first song, Raw by Yura. I love it. I love Raw. It's a really good song. What else?
I have a lot of the songs.
Joke.
Yeah,
by,
I was like,
I have a lot.
Joke by Say No Neon. Bombi, obviously. Bad Sad and Mad by BB. Switch It Up by Sokodomo and JB. What else? Aurora by One We.
Yeah.
Flair by Lucy. Blow by Jackson Wang. Nerd by Her. Trust by Junie. INVU by Taeyun. Do by
He said,
Tom.
I know Malik got knocked by the moon.
Of
My
course.
God.
You know that's what I liked. Honey by Taber and Dean. Okay by NCTU.
Yes.
Lucy Snooze. Be My Lover by Kim Jong-kook and ATEEZ.
Yep.
Like a Fool by Nive and Sam Kim. And I'm gonna stop there.
Yeah,
That's
I
it.
have a lot.
Yeah, like literally as we go through the things, like, cause I'm not on camera, so I can be on my phone the whole time, and I'm just like, I'm gonna add that. Like, cause I got Left and Right, you know, Charlie Puth, JK, Stupid O'Clock, Victon, A Song for You, Gail, Egoholic.
Right.
Yeah,
Egoholic.
The Egoholic.
POT.
Yeah, it's just hard. Yeah.
Rube.
I got Rube.
Lovers in the Night by Sori, Fever by Max Changmin, you know, Ooh La La, EXO, Phase Me, Woo-sung, Sokodomo. Seven Sense, NCTU, Eclipse by Moonbyul, Wild Side, Red Velvet. Like, literally, as we just go through the songs on reactions and I like it, I just add it to, like, my like list, or I add it to, like, a day party list, or, you know,
something, right?
I add it to something,
Put it down there.
So we're definitely like the reactors to like we like these songs.
Yeah.
What?
Why?
Why?
Hey, get that money, bro. Ain't mad.
Right.
Get that money. If you got Korean fans, they loyal. Shit.
The baby is all about his coin, and that's exactly
right.
what
Right.
you tell me what he doing this
for money. Yeah.
So, from Dolores Brown, what's a song, choreo, or music video that you've reacted to that you weren't feeling at first, but now is one of your faves?
I will say the verse that Sokodomo had and Switch It Up. I will tell you.
She be in her room.
Yes.
I eat my dinner up.
I'm so serious.
Sticky with my pheromone.
And I'm just hilarious now.
And I'm just in my room like, she really know these words.
Yes, my beer close. Yeah, like it's because it's so fun now.
That's so fun.
Because at first it was definitely like, now what the fuck you got this guy on here doing this verse? Like what?
And
but
then we
now,
saw him.
yes, and I know that it's a joke. Like it's just a fucking
right?
Because he doesn't rap like that.
Right? He has like amen.
Yeah, there's no way that you go from that to that. Like no.
Murder mind.
So for me now it's just a joke. So now I just like like I will be in it. I do not give a damn. Right.
Not Gucci Gang. That's hilarious.
I love it.
Let me think.
Anyone that I didn't like and I like now, I think that's the only song. Because if I didn't like it, I didn't like it.
Right. I'm trying to think like.
We had to see Sokodomo again to like it.
Right. To
Who
trust
he
that
was.
he had any talent.
If there's one artist
Everybody was like, no, not this one. We're going to send you another one.
like, if there's an artist that where it's like it was like bad and it's still bad, it's Lil Cherry.
Oh
That
yeah.
lady?
Yeah.
Yeah, because even Camo, her verse in Mia
Yeah.
was dope. I was like, now, bitch, thank you.
Yeah. So I'd
You
say
see, like,
it's
all of
less.
them, though.
So I'd say it's less like a particular song that we
Yeah, but
didn't
Camo
like that
didn't
grew
like,
on
so.
us, as more so artists that we weren't really feeling, and then we started to feel because of whatever changes that were made.
Yeah,
It's
exactly.
more likely because we're not
Exactly.
really gonna listen to a song that we don't like over and over again until it grows on us, you know.
Right. And I
So
would have to have the energy to let
So
it
I would
go.
say like with Camo, we saw her in a different situation. We're
Right.
like, okay, cool. With Soko Domo, we saw him in a different situation, his own thing, and we're like, all right, cool. With Jesse,
Exactly.
look, just like how our first videos were hot garbage, according to y'all. And now we've changed, developed, and we've grown on y'all. But it's not that we've grown on y'all doing the same thing. We've grown on y'all having learned and grown and
Us growing.
and us growing and getting more into it and stuff like that. And we've grown on you. That's how Jesse is for us.
And I even think the situation with Jesse was easier because they didn't like us at all.
Right.
Like, they didn't like us. There was no dislike for Jesse. It was like, damn, I know you got it in you, but you're
Right.
not giving it. Like, your team sucks. That's what it was.
Yeah, and
Yeah.
it was 13. That's
And there was
It
someone
feels
who
sweet.
said,
Exactly.
"Oh yeah, you guys aren't Jesse haters anymore. We were never Jesse
Jesse
haters. It was not. It
Jesse
wasn't
team
like
was
and right. It's like it's not like we hated Jesse and then now we don't hate Jesse. We didn't like the music she did before, and we didn't change. Her music, she changed. We didn't like the Jesse, the not the Jesse. We didn't like the content that she was putting out before, right? But we saw what she was capable of, just like how y'all saw what we were capable of when y'all didn't like the content we were putting out almost 3 years ago. And so it's not that our opinion of her changed. She changed, and we like the direction that she's going in. We like the content that she's putting out now, just like how y'all do for us.
Yeah.
So,
Yes.
boom. From Hessa Al, what is your favorite genre in dance?
Oh, mine would have to be dance hall.
Dance hall.
That's tough.
Yeah.
That's very tough. I'm gonna give top a few because there's not a one for me. Definitely I enjoy watching flamenco so fucking much. So we're gonna drop that up there. Bing. I enjoy crump for sure. Bing. I enjoy contemporary. Bing. Top 3. Who else?
Are you talking about watching or?
I mean, it just
in
says
general?
what's your favorite genre in dance. I mean, it could be you could
Anything,
do
okay.
watching, dancing, you know.
And I would say popping and house. Those as well. I mean,
I was
obviously
gonna say
breakdancing
dance.
as well, but popping and house as well.
All of it.
Dance is fun to watch. I say dance hall because that's my favorite to learn. Dance to watch, dance.
What do you mean?
Right, I'm
Because
like.
you can do pole.
Yeah, so many-
Right, that's what I'm like to watch. I would watch
Yeah.
anybody dance.
It's like asking you what's your favorite emotion. Like,
Yeah, that's why I'm like, what are we talking about here? That's why I was like, oh, dance hall, because that's my favorite to learn.
But I hope I answered the question.
I'm still
Dance.
in a rock
What would
and
you
hard
consider what I was doing on the cruise? I don't know.
Freestyle.
Soca?
Yes.
Like the
Okay.
the music
Oh,
style would be
yeah.
soca. So
Wait,
doing
the
your own
soca
thing
or the
Yeah, I'm like, the whole
breathing?
thing? 'Cause
Like
I'm
breathing?
Yeah, you know what? I'll say that. Yeah, me personally dancing, I like raving. In
Okay.
high school,
Freestyle?
I was a graver and a candy kid.
Oh,
However
okay.
she wanted
Okay.
to move.
Yeah,
There's freestyle music.
Music, yeah. I don't
Yeah.
think there's actual
Yeah,
dancing
dance
to
too.
freestyle.
Yeah, I mean I like that. I would say raving, and through a lot of years in high school, I was a candy kid and a graver, and so
Oh, yeah.
so tectonic dancing is actually a base of a lot of what I do. I just had a really hard time with doing the coordinating between the hands and the feet. I could do the feet by itself and then the hands by itself, but I could never do it together.
Elements of whacking, elements of popping, elements of house for this one. That's what that would be.
Yeah. So and I just learned it as tectonic dancing, which was like based in France.
Mhm.
So whatever tectonic dancing, and that's how I like to dance. Yeah, all the glow sticks.
Yep.
And I like dancing to soca music. So, yep, whatever that means.
One of my favorites to watch, and it just gives me all yes, bitch. Is Vogue.
Vogue for sure.
If you catch me watching it, I'm like, yes,
Nah,
but
I've been watching it. I be keeping
like
up. Like,
just Vogue, and then the categories of Vogue: whacking, femme Vogue, old school Vogue. What's the other one? I said whacking. What's the other one? Is there another one?
battling in Vogue.
Yeah, it's like just Vogue in general.
Getting your tens and walking walking different categories.
Like Vogue, just
the culture
Vogue.
of it in general.
The culture of look is it's
Pose.
so fucking great.
That was a great
It's
show.
so fucking great. So yes, just seeing it and just you get the attitude, you get the emotion, you get you just get the confidence of each and every person that comes out on that floor. And it's great because you're like in it. I'm watching it from my phone, but I'm there.
Yeah.
But I am there watching it,
You
okay?
grabbed my
Right, grabs it. Like the last one I just saw, like the Queen came out chilling, sweatpants, jacket, and he started like this. I said, oh, he about to fuck it up. He ain't doing nothing right now, but he about to fuck it up. And fucked it all the way up. Like he just came out like, and then it was started. I was like, no, he didn't. Don't do that to me. Just like, I don't be doing nothing. Like,
Yeah.
he started with a head bob. I was like, nothing.
I
And then,
love
like, fuck it up. Blah. Like, oh my God. So, Vogue for me, I feel like for me watching it and, like, and even me whacking with the things that I've learned, it's just fun. It's just fun to watch it. It's fun to do. So, I will say, that's my top. That's my top. But and like Indian, is it Indian? With the hands. When I tell you, I took a class.
General
Oh,
terms,
those are-
yes.
I can't
I
get my
took
hips
class.
to move right.
My legs was fucked up the next
I
day
can't get my
because I was
hips to-
up and down because they taught it in
My hips to move right.
they did it at my school. And so the girls, when we had like for our dance crew, and we had like, oh, we're gonna do a class. Oh, today we're learning this from this style from these people, and then they were our guests, and it was so great. But everybody was like, my legs hurt.
I like Zumba. Zumba's fun, just anything, everything.
So yeah, I do like any of those drums. I be like,
So, Chim Chim Bias, wrecked by Jen, says, or
that's
asks,
a whole name.
yeah.
Damn.
Out of all the K-dramas you've watched so far, which is your favorite?
Vincenzo.
That's their favorite as well. They wanted to do it.
Vincenzo.
Honestly, I was going to be quick to say between Vincenzo and Itaewon, but Flower of Evil is
coming
hard.
Oh yeah,
bruh.
we're not done yet, so I'm not
Like,
gonna put
hey,
that on.
we're not even done this hard. Like, I don't know. Like, but so far out of the ones we finished, it's Vincenzo for the top. But Itaewon class was such a good experience.
That
it was good.
It was such a beautiful.
Too much.
Such,
My heart.
such a beautiful.
Park So
experience.
June, get it together.
Top to bottom.
Put
bro.
me.
You're doing too much.
Too much.
Itaewon class was it. I was
I was
like,
like, how
yo,
y'all gonna
this
come
is.
from this? Oh, okay. How y'all gonna come from this? Oh, okay.
Fuck me up with the first episode.
And like, it's like.
Dead.
But Flower of Evil though.
Yes.
But I'm liking Flower of Evil.
Yes.
Yes. It's
It is
definitely.
fun. I like the. See, I love their storytelling. I love their storytelling.
It's great.
America could never.
At all. Ever. Not even
No.
a candle. Like,
No.
what do you mean?
Because literally, like the last episode, I'm like, you know what? This is a good stopping point for like the show. But then I forgot. There's a whole bunch of unanswered shit that we still gotta get
Is
through.
Black Korean? Like the show Black?
I don't know. What it
Yes.
I like that show too. That was like my
I was
first.
like strolling through stuff, and I was like, oh,
That's my
it
first K drama, and I didn't even know it was a K drama. It was just on Netflix, and I was like, into
Oh.
it. But yeah, that was my first introduction. I was like, oh, this good. Oh, what's the one y'all was watching?
Which one?
Y'all-
Hellbound?
yeah.
Hell
Oh yeah.
no.
I guess it could be drama. It's more like horror.
They were recommending it. It's just like K-pop. K-drama is just
Okay,
all
so
good.
yes, Hellbound, that shit is it. Fuck the ending. The second season, I am waiting for. Thank you.
I'm still waiting for part 2 of Witch, and that's a movie.
I haven't gotten there
yeah,
yet. I
Witch
need to
is
watch that.
good. That was really good.
I need
Y'all
to
like
watch
Stranger Things, you'll love Witch. Like,
But yeah.
sheesh.
So if you haven't watched Hellbound, you definitely should. Vincenzo was awesome. Flower of Evil is great. Itaewon Class was great too. Hwarang, no. Not until the last like 5 episodes. Just
Because we were watching it and like, you know what I'm saying, we took the time to like invest, like asking the questions, looking into the actual history and education of it, making hella jokes. I enjoyed watching Aquarium here, but on the regular, I would not have gotten as far as I needed to get into like the last 4 or 5 episodes to really be like, damn, oh shit, like the whole season it was a lot.
I would have gave it 2, maybe 3 episodes, and then I would have been done.
Even if I give it 5, like the 5 to 6, it was like
it still wouldn't get there.
Exactly. It
It was a slow pickup.
You had to commit. You had to commit. You had the contract
Sweet
beforehand.
Home, yeah, Sweet Home was dope too. I didn't finish it.
Didn't finish first season.
I don't know how many episodes there are.
Oh,
but,
All of Us Are Dead.
Oh yes.
We did watch that.
Yes!
That was actually really
That was
fucking
really
good.
good,
I'm not
too.
gonna lie. That was tight.
That was really good.
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
That was
That
tight.
was
We watched that. We watched that off site just because we had to.
Like for real.
And just for those asking about watching like
Squid Games.
like
that's
watching
it.
like competition shows and stuff like that, it's really difficult to coordinate times to be able to do that and set
Right.
cameras and stuff up. So like usually when it comes to shows like that, it takes us longer to get to if they're there.
And Squid Games.
Yeah.
Squid
We did
Game-
do Squid
Squid
Games.
Game was
excited
good.
We
for
reacted to
season 2.
Squid Games. If
Yes.
you're on our Patreon, you know all of these things.
Yes.
Ooh.
The first episode of Flower of Evil came out yesterday, so
Hey,
There we
that's
go.
Um,
Get on it.
so yes.
With
So
us.
Okay.
yeah.
so basically, the ones that we watch and finish are the ones that we like, because the ones that they don't want to finish, we're not gonna finish. Like A Witch's Romance.
Oh, yeah.
Not gonna finish that one.
A Stronger by Son was cute.
I didn't
It was
see
cute.
that
It was
one.
fun.
It was cute, but
All of Us Are Dead, Vincenzo, and Itaewon Class. If I had to pick top 3,
Yeah.
not in that order, but them
Yeah.
three for sure.
I forgot about All of Us Is Dead. That was great.
I did too. I definitely forgot about that. And
It was
Hellbound.
hard.
Yeah.
It was fun. It was fun.
So from Missile T for Jello, cool, and indirectly everyone. How would y'all feel about watching guide videos to groups?
I don't know what those are.
So
We
basically,
had
just like
Before.
this is like it's basically a video that fans make to introduce each member of the. So it's like a
It
member
seems
factor.
useful.
So it
We
seems
did
useful.
For BTS.
Oh,
We did for BTS and Jesus. It
We
was
did
like
all of them.
each
Like every
individual
6
members,
months?
the all stuff. Yeah, every 6 months there was a new one coming out. I feel like we did one for Blackpink.
Yes.
We did one for Blackpink.
If I'm not mistaken.
But again, it's just because they're longer videos. It's harder to slate it in to something.
Which one, too?
June 15th, 2022.
Oh, it came out? Oh, wait, I'm watching that tonight.
They did not promote that.
Shit.
Yeah.
I'm watching it tonight.
They probably did over there.
On Netflix.
So it's not that we feel any type of way about it. It's just because it's longer content. They're usually like 20 to 30 minute videos. It's just finding a way to slate it in while still being able to keep up with the demand of what we already do. That's all. And from the last question here, Xanax Satori official. Is there anyone that drinks kombucha?
Hell yeah.
No.
I do.
I've tried it. It's not it. I don't care. Even the lemon one. Sorry, JK. That's on you. You got that.
For
I
me,
like-
it's carbonation. I don't like carbonation.
It tastes like bacteria.
I'm weak,
It's straight up apple cider vinegar.
basically. I'm a fan of the combination. I'm a fan of like the tanginess. I'm a fan of all that. So as long as like the kombucha flavor is like either like apple or like blueberry, something that gives me like a nice aftertaste, I'm down. But
You
I
would
don't go
have
out.
to recommend a really good tasting one. For
Word. I don't have to go like seek kombucha, but every once in a while.
You'd have to recommend a good after tasting one to me, because for me
Yeah.
it's the taste and then the after taste that kicks me in the throat.
What was
Makes
the
me wanna
dancer?
puke.
He came in with kombucha, but it
Oh
didn't
yeah,
taste like
the breakdancer guy from Boogie Basement.
And he had
Those
all
cans, that was kombucha. I just forgot what it was though. Remember
Remember
he
the
came
guy?
and he brought cans?
He had all the massage
John Jeffrey.
things.
He had the really cool shoes. He was doing backflips, had the slick hair.
Oh, the one who did the Boogie Basement logo?
No. That's the other breaker. That's the white guy. I'm talking about the guy who actually came to the actual he had orange shoes, right? He had like Fabio Italian hair that like kind of went to one side. He had like a goatee, mustache. Like no, you don't remember? I gotta find a picture.
I just remember.
It's John Jeffrey. I know who he is.
He brought kombucha, but it didn't taste like the normal.
John Jeffrey.
Who is John Jeffrey? Is it?
Who is John Jeffries? I remember that email.
Yes. This guy.
Who is John Jeffries?
Wow.
Oh, Fabio!
Fabio, I
Okay.
told you he had the
Yeah,
Fabio
Yeah,
haircut.
'cause
Yes.
he was so super,
Gorgeous.
He was super healthy,
So he had some kombucha with him. Hopefully it's up
but
there.
it didn't taste like.
Oh yeah, he's the one we talked about leg compressors.
Yeah,
Yes.
that's what I say.
Yes,
He
yeah, the
came
Because
leg
he's
with
compressors.
got
whole
leg
situation.
compressors just sitting in the corner, gyrating on the floor.
Yeah, and he brought the massager gun and everything.
Oh,
he brought
okay.
everything. He was so super healthy. But yeah, he brought in some kombucha.
I drank
but they
it
didn't
because
taste
of JK,
like.
because it's truly just I don't know. Yeah, see, but you know, JK eats.
It's delicious.
He eats kimchi, so.
Kimchi is delicious.
Kimchi's delicious.
Kimchi's cool.
So I mean, so
Oh my
I'm saying like because it's fermented, kombucha is like
Fermented.
the same. It's
But I
like the
can't
same
do it.
general taste.
I still can't do it.
I
Mhm.
don't like. Oh my god, fun. Yes, we answered your question. Music is like, I don't like fermented things. So
Except
for
Right, except
Is
pickles.
that
except pickles,
Yeah, it's fermented cucumbers.
Okay.
right? Except pickles. But even
Okay.
then, I don't like
It's fermented
pickled
different than
other
pickles.
pickled things.
I don't know.
I just like pickles. That's it. I don't like
Can
sauerkraut.
Pickled are probably the
I
same.
don't like other pickled vegetables. I don't like pickled eggs. I don't like
pickled eggs.
right
I
when
really
when I have kimchi, I have to have it in something, like how people can just like wrap a piece of kimchi around something. I have to have kimchi in something, like if I'm having like suntopu, or if I'm having like a jjigae, or if I'm having like, I have to have it in food. I have to have it in something. I can't just have kimchi.
So it is two different things.
I mean,
Putting in the acid.
One day, if you ever get to that point,
That's fermented.
Maybe,
it's worth it. It's
maybe,
good, it's delicious,
because
and
I've
it's
upped,
great.
So
I've upped
pickles
my
aren't
spices.
is not fermented. So yeah.
Cool.
they're pickled.
Yeah, that's what I said. I was like, isn't it pickled?
I was like, I like pickles, but I don't like any other pickled thing.
Hot weenies is good.
No, it says pickle. Well, it says pickle. That's so weird.
Pickles are pickled.
Hold on.
Because
Like-
when it ferments, it just goes bad, kind of, but you still can eat it. Yeah.
It's like it's basically just letting the bacteria
Yeah.
do its
Just like,
thing.
'cause
Yeah.
that's
But
like
things
wine.
that are pickled, it's not like
No, it just soaks.
It's- yeah, it's soaked
yeah,
Right,
it's just
right.
something. Yeah.
That's why I was like, I think it's two different things.
So, but yeah. So when it comes to kimchi, I can't. Maybe it's just the flavor is too strong in kimchi itself. Because when you have it in food, it gets spread out amongst other things. Because I've had like a big piece of like cabbage eating like suntopu, and it'd been fine. But it's just not as kimchi.
not as kimchi.
Mhm.
That's hilarious.
Look, grape flavored things is purple. It tastes like purple. It don't taste like grape. It tastes like purple. Anyway, so
All right.
that is our questions. That's the questions you guys gave us. Yeah. So So that's the questions.
That was all the questions?
That was all the questions that was on the list, and all the ones that I've gathered that you guys are asking throughout the chat. So it's 3:00. So we're gonna switch over to our Twitch so we can get through our videos for this week. Lots of things, highly requested. Literally, they were on every video every day, saying this is day 3 of requesting. This
Oh
is
yeah,
day
I
4.
remember that.
We are watching Elast for you.
Yes.
So we are going to be watching it. So yes, we are heading over to our Twitch. It'll be our twitch.tv/GumbyTV.
Mm-hmm.
GVMBY TV. So we are going to set up the stream for that in 5 minutes. So, or less, probably less. But yeah. Boom.
There was
Boom.
a question about us watching Taki Nim. No, we're probably not gonna watch that. Did you answer that?
I didn't answer it. But I mean, well, if she says probably not, I would have been like, okay, cool, let's watch it because we watched Island and we enjoyed that. And
Oh well, I guess it depends on how it's set up because that other show
The
was
Kingdom.
like.
right. So I'll watch the first episode to see how it's set up because if it's like Kingdom or Road to Kingdom,
We
where
not
that
gonna-
entire hour and a half can be done in 20 minutes, we're not going to watch it. We
Hate to
will
say
look.
it.
We will look for highlights because that was the issue with that show, and I would say that's what the issue with Hwarang is, this slow added shit to fill up an hour and a half.
Yeah. They kept looking at each other. I said, okay, we look at them again, okay?
Yo, it really was like that.
The
though.
intro of
Dun,
everybody.
dun, 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 dun. I was just like,
Who is the next one?
Dun,
Whoa,
dun,
whoa,
dun,
whoa,
dun.
whoa, whoa.
Whoa. At
Oh
least,
my goodness, it
like at least with Island, there was actually something happening that made us go whoa. You know,
Every time.
it wasn't just like somebody
Walked in the building.
walked in and whoa,
Whoa.
so tall.
Right. Whoa.
So
So
that
graceful.
is right, yeah. So that is the link for the Twitch. We're gonna hop off this live here. Thank you for joining us for the Q&A. Hopefully you guys know a little bit more about us, why we do what we do, who the hell we think we are.